welcome to the Carroll Thomas Educational Support Center in Beaumont. Tonight, the Beaumont Central Jaguars host the Nederland Bulldogs on the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience. Hello, everybody. For Sheffield Productions, I'm Charlie Gellin, alongside Bob West, sports editor for the Port Arthur News. Bob, tonight's game needs no hype. It is the best matchup in Southeast Texas this week. Nederland on the road, pitting its 26-game district winning streak on the line against a hungry team of Jaguars.
Yeah, and a lot of people think Central may be the best team in this district, Charlie. Others think Port Neches Groves is the best team in this district. Nederland has been the best team in this district for the last 4 years. They've got all those district skins on the wall. As you said, they've won 26 straight. But they come limping into Beaumont tonight with some major question marks, mainly surrounding quarterback Sage Say, who's such an important part of their offense. Left late last week with a sprained ankle. Missed most of practice this week. He is listed as probable. He's going to try to play. But if he's less than 100%, it really makes it difficult for Nederland.
Yeah, we looked over on the sideline in the second half of their homecoming victory against Ozan, and not only was Sage Say on crutches, Marcus Barton was on crutches, and, of course, they've already lost their star wide receiver, Jace Borderline.
And we're looking at right up on the screen here. It shows the stats both for Sage Say. We haven't mentioned the opposing quarterback, Michael Jaquette. Great talent. Already has an agreement to play for the University of Utah, and he is no question he's a Division I talent. You see Say has the edge in rushing yards. This is a unique game. Both quarterbacks are the leading rusher on their respective teams. Say averages 6 yards a carry. Jaquette averages 7.26. He's very dangerous.
There are a lot of NFL teams that love to have those averages, and you can see here, though, Nederland's had a problem defensively this year, which is a rare thing for the Nederland Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've given up a lot of points. That's not a characteristic of a Nederland team, and most of those points have come as a result of big plays. They've averaged allowed 28 points a game, scored 30 a game. Central, of course, averaging almost 40 a game, 38.6. Nederland plays good defense for several plays, and then boom, a guy's off for 50 or 60 yards. It's been a thorn for them since the start of the season. This is the absolute worst team to be playing when you have that Achilles heel of giving up the big play, because Michael Jaquette can do it. DeWa Whaley can do it, and in the passing game we see Carnell Seals can do it, averaging 24 yards a catch. Austin Kraut's the top receiver for the Bulldogs with a 14.3 reception average. Very explosive Central team.
And Seals and Jaquette, they're seniors together. That's a great pass-catch combination. Krauts generally comes out of the backfield, likes to catch those screen passes and haul with it. But you can see there the passing, that's where Jaquette makes up that rushing difference.
Yeah, he's thrown for 1,152 yards, completed 59 of 104, only intercepted 3 times. And the big number, he's thrown for 13 touchdowns. Say's numbers are good, 61 of 116. He has been picked 4 times, 784 yards and 6 touchdowns. Say has done an excellent job at quarterback for Nederland. He is really, I think, the heart and soul of their team. But he's not as explosive as Jaquette. Jaquette is a big-time talent. We had him earlier in the year against Port Arthur Memorial, and for whatever reason, if you remember, Toby Foreman, the head coach here, just kind of kept him under wraps.
Yes.
And they got down 17-0, and he said, okay, Michael, it's your game now, and he almost came back and won the game. He put 14 up in the fourth quarter and really had Memorial on the ropes.
You know, and they were using Whaley, as a running back in that game, and Memorial was kind of keen on the tailback. So Foreman just emptied the backfield, sent everybody out wide and told Jaquette, just find a hole, and next thing you know, he was ripping through Memorial. They almost won that game. What was it, 17-14?
17-14, and their only other loss is to another 6A team, Westbrook, which is doing very well. Westbrook beat them 40-34, and Central kind of let that game get away. This is a really good team, and I don't have any qualms about saying I think Central will go deep into the playoffs. As far as Nederland, I think they'll be in the playoffs. How deep they'll go remains to be seen. A lot of that's tied to Sage Say. And one thing we should probably point out for Nederland, they have their biggest 2 games of the year now, back to back. After Central tonight, it's Mid-County Madness and the battle for that first Bum Phillips trophy next Friday night at Bulldog Stadium.
Well, this week we sat down with Toby Foreman, head coach of Beaumont Central, to pick his brain about his team in this season. And we'll be back with those questions after these commercial messages. This is the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur, or another university? Let's see. Lamar Port Arthur courses transfer anywhere in Texas or the country for that matter. Coursework is the same as anywhere else, and great savings each semester. And it's close to my home and my job. So why am I still thinking about this? I choose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur. Change your future. Start here today.
Hi.
Hey, I heard y'all were making flipping loans?
That's right. 5 Points Awesome Loans have everybody flipping out.
I'm ready for my loan now. Watch this.
Wow. I haven't even told you we'll pay off 1% of your loan balance.
Get a new loan or flip an existing loan to 5 Point, and we'll pay off 1% of your new loan balance. 5 Point Credit Union. Money for loans right here at home.
Woohoo! I'm so flipping happy. Watch this.
No, not necessary. Yeah.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
My friends and family recommended that I come to JK. Our salesperson greeted us when we got to JK Chevrolet, and she was very knowledgeable about the Chevy Cruze that we picked out. When shopping for vehicles at other dealerships, I felt pressure to buy immediately. But when I came to JK, there was no pressure. I was able to buy a vehicle, and all my questions were answered. I will buy my next car at JK.
Our customers say it all. Come see how we can make a difference for you and your family at JK Chevrolet at the airport.
I discovered Lamar University.
Close to home.
A place of my own.
With all the amenities.
Opportunities.
Engineering.
World-class science.
Professors who know my name.
That's what you get with a doctoral research university.
Hands-on research. Or study abroad.
And it starts right here. Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Heart attacks affect men and women equally, and when they strike, denial can be a killer. If you're experiencing pressure, tightness, or an aching sensation in your chest or arms, then you may be having a heart attack. If so, time is of the essence. Do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 for a professional EMS. They'll get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your accredited chest pain center.
I'm registered for college.
Me too, and for the same classes, and I'm saving $2,000 a semester at Lamar Port Arthur. Then I graduate and transfer if I want.
Really? You can do that?
You bet. What are you paying for your education?
Quality instruction, great savings, and courses transfer. It's the Texas Common Course Law. Don't wait any longer to begin your education while saving.
I chose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Cars are as unique as the people who purchase them. And when picking one, every detail counts, right down to the stitching on the seats. So why should picking a car loan be any different? Whether it's a low rate or a low payment you're looking for, at Do Good we customize loans to fit your needs. And we'll make sure your lending experience is everything you want it to be. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. At Do Good, you'll love your car loan as much as you love your car.
Great hunt today, Dad.
Thanks, son.
For more than 15 years, I've helped clients nationwide make solid decisions about investing in gold so they can enjoy what's most important.
Discover the best options for you and your family by calling 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. 866-UCB-GUIDE, 866-822-4843.
Now is the time to learn about gold, so you have time to enjoy what's most important.
The last two cars my beautiful girlfriend and I have purchased have been here at JK Chevrolet within the last year. When we first came to JK Chevrolet, our salesperson made us feel at home, feel comfortable, we weren't pressured, and very relaxed. They actually made our car buying experiences here fun. If we need another Chevrolet, it will be bought at JK Chevrolet.
Our customers say it all. Come see how we can make a difference for you and your family at JK Chevrolet at the airport.
I discovered Lamar University.
I looked at all types of schools.
Big ones, small ones,
Ivy League and private.
Then I found Lamar.
Bistro-style dining. Private bedrooms.
Close to home.
15 NCAA Division I sports.
World-class professors.
Who actually know my name.
Undergraduate, master's,
and doctoral degrees.
Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
When you think you may be having a stroke, remember to act fast. If you experience facial droop, if your arms are weak and your speech is off, then time is of the essence. A lack of blood flow to the brain can cause loss of functions that may never be recovered. Don't let it get that far. Call 911 immediately. A professional EMS will get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your certified primary stroke center.
You know, diversification is important and means more than owning different stocks. Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. I've been helping clients nationwide for 15 years diversify with gold. And I want to send you a free copy of our award-winning gold guide to help you choose the best gold options for you.
Get the answers you need about gold. Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE. That's 866-822-4843.
I've been coming to JK Chevrolet since 2001 and have purchased over 30 vehicles. The salespeople at JK have been very personable, they're very helpful with no pressure. I've been to other dealerships and have purchased a vehicle in the past, and I felt like they were in a hurry to close the deal. When I came to JK, I felt like they were more interested in my needs and making me happy with the deal. When I buy my next vehicle, whether it's for personal or business use, I will come back to JK Chevrolet.
Our customers say it all. Come see how we can make a difference for you and your family at JK Chevrolet at the airport.
As an assistant coach, but being a head coach at Beaumont Central, entirely different. So we asked him, what's it like being in your second year in this very tough 22 5A district?
Well, the thing about this district is, you know, I've been around this area for a long time. I've coached in this district at another school, and I also played in this district in high school. So there's a lot of good coaches. It's teams that are very familiar with each other, and you know, so you're familiar with the coaching styles. However, you know, that's a good and bad thing because you know everybody knows that this is a very, very well coached district, and week in and week out you got to bring your A game because anybody can beat anybody on any given Friday night.
Coach Foreman started off 0-2 with the Beaumont Central team, losing to Westbrook 40-34, and then Port Arthur Memorial 17-14. We asked him what has been the difference between that 0-2 start for Central to the current 3-game winning streak that they have.
I think the biggest difference between those first 2 games and the last 3 is, you know, it does take, even though we had 2 scrimmages, sometimes it takes a while for a team to gel, both on the offensive, defensive, and special teams sides of the ball. And that's one thing that I think we've done, especially after the 3rd game. We got to the bye week, and we really worked on the things that we thought we could be good at, and we kind of threw out some things that we're not doing very well. But the main thing is this year, you know, in 5 games, the penalties have gotten better, and we have 4 turnovers in 5 games, and I can't tell you how important that is to anybody because, you know, if you don't turn it over and you're playing with some discipline, then you're going to have an opportunity to be in every game.
The next question we asked Coach Foreman, and again, it's amazing how young the man looks. He's not that old. We asked him how the team has grown. How has it responded to your leadership from the first year bringing in the system to now a year and a half under Coach Foreman? What's the difference here?
I think the biggest difference between the first year and this year is under our regime is the kids are more comfortable with the systems, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. And you know, I've always believed this, especially from the quarterback standpoint. Quarterbacks normally, from year 1 to year 2 as starters, they really excel in that second year in the system. And that's one thing. Now you have a whole team of kids that are in the second year of the system. So, you know, naturally them being the comfort level with it and, you know, the precise route running, the precise angles that they're taking on their blocking and the pursuit angles and the technique that they've learned in the last year. They're all comfortable with the coaches, and everybody seems to be comfortable with me. So, you know, that's a good thing moving forward.
Now, Central's offense can definitely score in many different ways, as we have seen during the games we've done of them. We asked Coach Foreman to tell us about the development of his senior receiver, Carnell Seals, his running back, junior Devil Whaley, and, of course, that senior quarterback, Michael Jackett.
I think one of the biggest improvements overall in our whole team is probably our passing game, and it starts with the quarterback. Well, actually, it starts off as line. They've done a great job. But the quarterback has really understood the passing game, Michael Jackett, and it really has opened up some opportunities to make some big plays, both down the field and with the quick game. And Carnell Seals is one of those guys that really runs very good routes and understands how to convert routes and break routes off. And anytime you have guys that understand those things, I mean, it really, really, really goes a long way. The quarterback and the receiver right now, those two seem to be connecting pretty good. In the run game, both Devil Whaley and Xavier Jones, both those guys have done a heck of a job. I think one of them has 52 carries, the other has 53. We try to be as balanced as we possibly can. And I tell kids all the time, the name of this offense is a spread offense, so let's spread it around. And we have multiple weapons. And, you know, moving forward, the running backs, the O-line, the receivers, and the quarterback have done an outstanding job of buying in and executing.
Last week, Beaumont Central exploded against Lumberton, defeating them by a score of 68-7. All the offensive weapons were working, but they also got 5 interceptions against Lumberton, and that's definitely evidence of how the Jags defense can take over a game. We asked Coach Foreman, how do you rate your defense against the high-powered offenses in this district?
I've always believed that, you know, defense wins championships. And one thing that I can honestly say about our defense, minus you take away the first game of the year, not saying that Westbrook didn't do a great job, but I think we hurt ourselves a bunch of mistakes on the defense side of the ball, especially in the secondary. I think our secondary is one of the more improved areas of our team, as well as our front. And the defense really, really, really has played good in the district and in the Memorial game, basically after the first game. You know, we've given up 17 points, 10 points, 21 points, and 7 points. And those are good numbers. You know, those are because we feel like we can score. Our goal is every week to get in the 30s scoring and hold people to single-digit numbers, you know, defensively. Now, you're not going to do that every week. But if we can just play sound on defense, run the football, and make sure we tackle well, then we'll have an opportunity to win a lot of games.
Nederland won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they're going to be kicking off to the Jags. And I tell you, that was a tremendous opening. I love picking coaches' brains, and he was in his own office. He was relaxed. He was giving us good answers there.
He really did. I was impressed with his candidness, with what he had to say. And, of course, it helps when you have a good team to back you up. And we're going to see them on offense to start the game, and this is a big challenge for Nederland's defense to keep these guys from breaking big plays.
James Brenza stops arm with an onside kick, and it is down at the 42-yard line. That's where the scrum is. The referees are taking a look at it. It looked like it was hit by one of the opening linemen for Central. Let's see which way the referees point. That's a bold move there, an onside kick on first down.
Nederland kids saying they do have it. The Nederland kids thought they had it. They do have it. Number 99, Connor Hughes, comes away with the football. Love that approach. That's what we talked about in that two-point conversion the Texans should have tried against the Cowboys. A coach that's an underdog's got to have the nerves to attack with the element of surprise or to do the unconventional. Maybe that's an example of why Nederland's riding a 26-game winning streak. They have a coach that is willing to push the envelope if he thinks he needs to.
He definitely feels like he's an underdog tonight. Sage Say, number 10, the quarterback in the shotgun. Handoff to Austin Krauts. Number 22 gets to the 40-yard line. That'll be about a 3-yard gain on first down. And how bold can you be right there? That's a great way to start the game.
Well, I mean, you're maybe giving up 25 yards of field position. If it doesn't work this way, the risk reward, I think, for Nederland would just make this a very appealing play. Now, I think it's going to be interesting to see how much Sage Say relies on his running game as opposed to their normal game plan. That's going to tell us how that ankle really is.
Number 3, Marcus Barton.
Going to get a free play here. Should get a free. There's got to be a flag.
There's a flag on the near side as one of the Jags may have crossed the line of scrimmage a little early.
So Marcus Barton, the other player in question with an ankle injury, going straight ahead. Nederland has the wind at the back. They're going to get a 5-yard penalty here for offsides on Central. And I would think that Say would want to vary his count to try to take advantage of Central's aggressiveness, Charlie.
Yeah, that's one of those little things, little coaching techniques that you have to work with during the week coming in. That should be the regular way you get into it, but still preparing your team, saying the other guys are aggressive. We're going to take advantage of that with screen plays and all sorts of cutbacks. Run all sorts of cutback routes if you anticipate it. Krauts motion comes into the slot formation, handoff to Marcus Barton. He's tackled just at the line of scrimmage, gets forward to the 35. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 to go. And that center of the Jaguar defense, a very tough place to go for anybody.
Right, and there was penetration here in contact actually behind the line of scrimmage from Jamison Barker.
Overload to the right, and Sage Say's going to keep it himself, looking to get that first down. He is tackled hard by a host of Jags, and I don't know if he got it. It's going to be real close.
I don't think he did. Look at the Central players flying to the football. Watch all these red or maroons or whatever you want to call them. Look at all the people coming to the football. Nederland well short, so 4th and at least a yard, maybe more than a yard. If this onside kick's going to pay off at all, they've got to make this yard. And he drew them off sides. Although a Nederland player jumped over here. Let's see who went first.
And the referees get together to talk at it. You've got the center of the defense coming across, and then the offensive tackle jump. So, who drew? Let's see what the white hat says.
I think it's going to be on Central. They clearly came across the neutral zone.
So that's 10 yards. That's a first down right there on 2 penalties early on.
Do we have the referee mic tonight?
Not tonight.
I saw him talking. It looked like he flipped the switch on. So a first down with the help of 2 offsides penalties.
Take it and run.
Yep.
29-yard line for the Bulldogs. Overload to the left, 3 receivers over here as well as Marcus Barton. They run that little quick hit screen out to Colton Broussard, number 5.
Maybe a face mask there, pretty close.
There's a flag flying in.
Yep, I think so. That was pretty obvious.
7-yard gain, and let's take a look at what the penalty is.
Got to think it's going to be half the distance to the goal line, and with Nederland, Nederland kids have read all week that they're at a disadvantage. I know in the football picks in the Port Arthur News, everybody picks Central. So in some ways, it's a good. There's the face mask signal. In some ways, Nederland's being told, hey, you guys may have won 26 games in a row, but you don't belong on the field with Central. Well, they've got a point to prove. They're not going down easy. There's a lot of pride in this program, and there's a very clear face mask.
First and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. Barton is an up back. There's motion into a wing set by Broussard. Handoff to Austin Krauts. Gets down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be second down.
Nederland going to lean heavier than it has all season on the offensive line because they want to try to go straight ahead. That's the way you neutralize speed on defense sometimes, is going right ahead.
They say looking to the sideline. They've got a formation, a deuces formation with 2 receivers wide to either side. Marcus Barton set at the right-hand side as kind of a spy back. Here comes Krauts across the formation. Hand off to Krauts on a tackle trap. He's touchdown, Nederland. Nederland scores from 7 yards out. Krauts taking it in on a tackle trap.
So you couldn't have drawn up a start of a game any better for Nederland. We're going to see the play again. Nice blocking. Krauts takes it up inside, pops outside, and the Bulldogs are in front. Look again. Well, good work up front from Nederland.
That's Krauts' 6th rushing touchdown. He has a total of 10 now for the season.
And the 7th point is through there, off the toe of James Brenza. So with less than 3 minutes elapsed, the underdog Nederland Bulldogs are up on top 7-0.
We'd like to thank the sponsors of the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience, the ones that help us bring the best football in Southeast Texas to you each week. The IBEW Local 479, Holy Cross Lutheran Church, Kieschnick Industries, Bubba's Air Conditioning, Donnie Broussard and Pizza Inn, Ritter Lumber, the Museum of the Gulf Coast, DuPont Goodrich Federal Credit Union, Robert Giblin, Mike Fulgence at Universal Coin and Bullion, Lamar University Beaumont, Market Basket, 5 Point Credit Union, Motiva Enterprises, the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, and Lamar State College of Port Arthur. We thank all of you for your sponsorship this season, the 20th season of the Friday Night Experience. Now, the last time James Brenza lined up like this, he shifted over, and they're doing it again.
Central got on this one, but hey.
This one was a little bit harder of a kick, and it went straight to Brack Hardy.
Yeah.
And the senior fell down on it. He realized we better not give up 2 onside. So I tell you what, let's roll the dice.
Well, part of that's a testimony that Larry Newman doesn't want to kick it deep and take a chance with Central speed on a long kickoff return. Part of it is, hey, we got it one time, why not try it again? I can't knock that. To win this game, Nederland is going to have to be a little bit unconventional in some areas, and that's the way they've started out tonight.
And so we start off with Michael Jaquette. Empty backfield. He's looking to throw it down. He's got all sorts of receivers going, and Jaquette decides to keep it himself. He loses the balls, goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line, but that's how they came back against Port Arthur Memorial back in week 2.
Well, watch his footwork. His feet are so quick. But here, Nederland's outside rusher loses contain, and I know I got to think Nederland's plan will be sort of that mush rush thing where you try to keep the guy in the pocket, try to keep him from scrambling. Because once he tucks it and takes off, he's the most dangerous player on this field.
Leon Mayfield, linebacker, kind of spied Jaquette, but never really touched him. Jaquette put a move on him there at the sideline to get about 4 extra yards. Quick snap. And Jaquette's in trouble, but he's going to throw it away. Ball's up in the air. It's going to be almost up into the stands here at the Thomas Educational Support Center.
So I think we're going to see Nederland mix it up defensively now. That time they came after Jaquette, got good pressure on him, and finally he just had to chunk it. Save a big loss by just throwing it out of bounds.
Second down and 10 from the Bulldog 41-yard line. 3 receivers to the left-hand side, the wide side of the field for Jaquette. Minimum rush, he gets outside on the left. Got several Bulldogs on him. They push him out of bounds. He gains 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down.
Nederland rushing 4, dropping 7 in coverage. He was he got outside again, and whenever he gets outside, it's trouble, although they limited it that time.
They did a twist that time
Yep.
with Nathan Tran coming in from a defensive end. That tackle that shifted over did not maintain outside containment, but still the linebackers were watching him the whole way. But 4 yards on second down after an incomplete pass, you aren't going to sneeze at. And they do it again. Wide side of the field gets 3 receivers, 2 to the other side. Neyland's gone man. Jackett's looking downfield. It's quarterback draw design. First down. Looking
Probably
for the touchdown.
touchdown.
He's in for the
Yep.
touchdown.
Yep.
Jackett takes it in from the 37-yard line.
And there's that big play. And that time Nederland kept its width, and he just came straight up the field on him. And situation where you got man coverage, defensive backs are turned away from the quarterback, and just too easy. And that's the scary part of this game for Nederland tonight is Central can score so quickly.
Now the point after attempt by the Jags. It's up and good. We have a tie game at 7.
Based on that, the Bulldogs are going to need some 6- and 7-minute drives tonight. That's going to be their best defense.
Yeah, and I tell you, it was that possession of the Jags, that's exactly what you expect out of them. You can see why they were able to put up so many points on the board. 68-7 against Lumberton and 56-24 against Baytown Goose Creek Memorial to start off their district. They've scored 124 points in 2 district games.
See,
wow.
That drive took less than a minute, didn't it?
Bulldogs ready to receive the kickoff. Deep are Jalen Johnson and Austin Crouch. Jags like to kick off from a hash mark themselves. You notice Nederland likes to normally do their angle kicks. Number 17, Jose Caldera, is the junior kicker for the Jags. That angle kickoff allows the cover team to maximize the number of people coming down toward the ball instead of spreading it on out. Caldera's kick. It's going to be taken by Jalen Johnson, number 2, tries to get up in the middle wedge. He's got an opening. Johnson gets across the 40-yard line to the 41, and that's where Nederland put it into play.
Well, the middle of the field just parted, and he was very close to popping that.
If he had 2 more steps on him, you can see the gunners coming in from outside.
And the saving tackle there from Central, Delvin Bennett.
Starting free safety, playing special teams for the Jags tonight. From the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Halfbacks on either side. Sage Say looks to his right. Out of the reach of Colton Broussard, number 5. Little out pattern would have been good for about 3 yards. Incompletion brings up second down.
Bulldogs we're going to see was good coverage there. Say would have had to spot the pass perfectly. Unable to do that. 2nd and 10. Bulldogs don't want these long yardage situations.
Crouch. Good hole. Gets across the 50-yard line. He's going to be right close at the first down. And that's, you notice that little cutback move he made to take advantage of those linebackers' pursuit.
But look at the daylight here.
Defensive
really well blocked.
Defensive end crashed inside.
So are they going to move the chains? Are they going to measure? What are they going to do?
Well, they had a knee down at just across the 50, so it's 3rd down and less than a yard. Sage Say takes the quarterback sneak, and he pushes the pile forward to get the first down.
And I think the fact that he drew Central off the last time he lined up under center may have given him just a little edge he needed for Central to be back on their heels a little bit and get that first down. And this is what Nederland needs to do. Make first downs, keep the clock moving, keep Central's explosive offense off the field.
Shotgun, Barton to the left, Krauts to the right. Broussard in motion across the formation. He's looking for single play down here going toward Connor Perkins. Incompletion.
Would have been out of bounds even if he'd caught it.
That would have been a tough pattern to play, you know, isolating Connor Perkins, but well defended there by the Jags. Max protect there and just throws it up in the air outside. Perkins got his hands on it, but good defense there by number 24, Kendrick Haverly. Second down and 10. Here's that stretch play to Krauts. He puts down his head to get across the 45. Gain of 4. It's going to be third down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Krauts getting some tough yards there. He had 319 yards coming into this game.
And I think we can deduce already that Say is not close to 100% because he's only carried the ball once, and that would be unusual in a normal Nederland game for him to have only carried once up to this point.
Say hands off to Krauts. Krauts gets around outside. He's great one-on-one tackle there at the 37-yard line by Sidney Holmes, the strong safety. Close to a first down. It is a first down for Nederland. They pick up the third down.
Krauts running well here.
Pulling that guard, number 50 comes over.
Yeah, let's give number 50, Dylan Talbert, some credit. Justin Carr, Seth Parker, Corbin Smith. These guys doing a good job up front so far.
3 receivers to the right-hand side. Barton in as a halfback, and Say's trying to make him jump. Had a linebacker stepping in, but nobody crossed the line. They changed the play, and there's that little quick screen over there.
That played very well by Central's P.J. Locke, who is headed for Oregon after this season. So that tells you a little bit about the kind of athlete that P.J. Locke is, because Oregon only recruits guys that can run so fast you can't see them most of the time.
Ashton January was the receiver. He got 3 yards on the play, second down and 7. Say keeps it this time, fakes the handoff, and you could see him go down quickly at the 32, gain of only 2 yards.
Nothing doing. Central still keying on him, even though it doesn't look like he's going to be much of a factor. So 20 and 9 there.
Say went out there, and it wasn't much blocking over there. There were 3 maroon jerseys just waiting on the quarterback. Third down, and a long 5. Good shot there from our field level camera.
So this will be the third consecutive third down play in this drive. Nederland has converted the last 2, and it has enabled them to move that clock a little bit.
Jet sweep to Krauts. He's got a first down. Getting across the 25 to the 23-yard line. Good blocking at the point of attack gave that to Krauts.
So this is how you draw it up for Nederland. The jet sweep. Gets outside. Gets the first down. Keeps the clock rolling.
24-yard line for the Bulldogs.
That's 41 yards for Krauts already, and he's got to have a big night, no question about it.
Perkins in motion into the play. Barton with the ball. He bounces outside, gets 5 yards, make it 4 yards on first down. Gets inside the 20 to the 19 of the Jags.
Boy, these kids up front really doing a good job. Did mention Logan Albritton before. He had a role in that block there. Number 58 helped create that hole. He and Dylan Talbert. Bulldogs keeping it on the ground, keeping the ball moving forward, playing the only way they can with their biggest offensive weapon slowed by an ankle injury.
Krauts with the ball, gets across the 15-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. Bulldogs will have another third down to convert.
And then again, you see P.J. Locke coming up there, number 4. I think you just got to stay away from him. You're going to have a lot of
well, I don't know. Apparently the way to beat J.J. Watt is to run right at him sometimes.
Sometimes.
quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
And
You
they're
know,
gonna
he
be
drew him
offsides
off again.
again.
Wow, Sage Say's gotten 15 yards on 3 defensive offside penalties in the first quarter.
And the flip side of that is eventually you get the defense gun shy, you get them back on their heels, and you know, it helps an offense to, of course, they know the count to start with, and then if the defense is uncertain and a little bit slow to react, it heightens your advantage.
First down and goal from just barely inside that 10-yard line. Pistol back is Krauts. He gets the ball, and he's hit hard by a defensive end, crashing in. Half-yard gain on the play. Watch this collision. Strong move there by
number 32, Dexter Davis, making the hit for Central.
195-pound defensive end hitting the running back who only weighs 160. Back to the shotgun, halfbacks on either side of Say. After checking the defense, the offensive coordinator is changing the play. Linemen having to hold their stance, and they're going to call a timeout here. They're going to take a chance here. 3:18 left in the first quarter, 7-7 tie. Bulldogs threatening. They've got second down and goal from just inside the Jags 10. This drive has been a great drive for Nederland after, you know, the missing that second onside kick, and good kickoff return by Jalen Johnson put them in play at the 41, their own 41. And look at what they've done since then, the last 5 minutes.
Well, they've had the ball over 5 minutes. They've converted 3 consecutive third down plays, and that's the ideal thing for Nederland. Not just make first downs, but take 3 plays to make first downs, which milks the clock even further and keeps Michael Jaquette tied to the sidelines.
And like you say, that's the best defense that Nederland can do. 15 yards and 3 different offside penalties, plus you had that 15-yard face mask. That's 30 yards that Toby Foreman wishes he had not handed to the Bulldog offense. Second down and goal coming out of the timeout. Nederland, number 10, St. Say, the quarterback, hobbled a bit by an injured ankle. Austin Krauts, the junior running back, to his left. Fakes the handoff, and Say goes into the pile, pushes it down to the 4-yard line. It'll be third down.
Say able to go straight ahead, gets up limping a little bit. This Say is a tough kid. He's going to go as long as he can go.
And that's just linemen pushing the pile forward. They try and create a seam there that he can go through, a crease. It's not quite a stretch play, but it kind of looks like it.
So what do you dial up in the part of the field where yardage is the toughest?
Hand it off to Krauts. He's trying to get around the side, cuts back, gets down to the, close to the goal line, but he's tackled at the 1-yard line. Fourth down.
Yeah, I think Gabe Pruitt says go for it. Now I think you have to. I don't think you're going to beat Central with field goals. I think you got to get touchdowns.
Here's your Dallas-Houston moment here.
So does he come up under center and try to draw him off? No, gonna line up. I'm saying Say straight ahead on this play.
Timeout called by the defense just as the offense was scrambling. They were going to overload the left side, Bob. When they started moving those 2 guys over there, that's when the defensive coaches said, wait a minute, we're not ready for that.
Little chess game going, and Toby Foreman wanted a little extra time to move his pawn.
Each team has used 1 timeout, and it's definitely worked. Bulldogs needed theirs to set up that play, and the Jags realized how important this one is. Early on, you know, with Nederland coming in here as the underdog, the accepted underdog, we knew that this was going to happen. That onside kick, 2 onside kicks to start off the game. When's the last time you saw that?
I don't know. I thought I saw one pretty early last night in Houston when Indianapolis tried it after kicking a field goal early in the game, but the Bulldogs went on one better and did it on the opening kickoff. And I remember many years ago, Charlie, in fact, I was telling the guy at the game last night, Jimmy Johnson onside kicked against, I believe it was the Redskins to start the game, maybe Philadelphia, one of those two. Got it, went on in, scored, and beat them.
Wide receiver way to the left-hand side.
He's going to come up on, well, no.
Stays underneath center. He's got Kraut set up as the lone tailback. He's backing up almost to pistol depth. And now the referees are stopping everything to look.
The referee's going to take a timeout now?
Yeah, they may need to.
What is this? Central call another time? What?
Oh, okay. I see it over there. Could it be delay of game? Oh, that would be horrible.
That would be a killer for Nederland. I think they're acting like it's on Central, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we have
another timeout for Central. 2 timeouts
Whoa.
here.
Okay, the pawn just got lost in the chess game. You know, losing a timeout when you're facing 4th and goal as a defense, yeah, you burn it. You want to make sure everything's set up. The formation that Nederland came out was not a unique formation. It was just, you know, tailback was a little bit deeper. They had a wide out way to the left-hand side, but the rest of the offensive formation was not something strange. Makes you think they didn't have the right personnel in there. Or maybe they had 13 guys.
Yeah,
it could have
true.
been. They could have counted and realized, you know, hey, we can't do the 13-man defense. Somebody's bound to notice.
Somebody might see that, yeah. But that's interesting that they burned 2 timeouts. So you see the ball just inside the 1-yard line. It's obvious how important Toby Foreman thinks it is to get this play stopped and keep Nederland from going back ahead. This drive now well over 6 minutes for Nederland, and this is right out of the textbook, the upset type textbook. If you're the underdog, control the ball, keep the clock moving, convert third downs, take advantage of your opportunities.
And here we go, the great sideline shot there. Sheffield Productions, you're looking right down the row, and Sage Say has him underneath. It is a pile to the right. Say takes it, he pushes forward, and I don't know if he got in.
Got in or not.
Referees have not signaled it yet, and there it is. Touchdown, Nederland.
So strong push from Sage Say, and the Bulldogs go back in front, and who knows how this thing's going to end, but I tell you what, you got to give Nederland coach Larry Newman, there you see again, Say just keeps moving and barely gets it across the goal line. Nederland came tonight with an excellent game plan, and for one quarter anyway, or most of one quarter, they've done a terrific job of executing it.
Brenza's kick is up and good, 14-7 now the score. Game started off with Nederland converting an onside kick, and they took it over at the Jag 43-yard line. They took it downfield, Austin Kraut scoring from 7 yards out. Then Nederland attempted a second onside kick, but Central was able to recover it. Brack Hardy covered it at the Jag 48-yard line, and the Jags definitely did short work of the offense with quarterback Michael Jaquette scoring on a 37-yard run to tie it at 7. And then Nederland gets a great kickoff return from Jalen Johnson out to their own 41-yard line, methodically going down the field, converting third downs. Finally, Sage Say takes it in from 1 yard out, 14-7 with 2 minutes left in the first.
15 plays in that drive, Charlie. You don't see too many of those. Outside of Vider, you don't see too many 15-play drives anymore. 15 plays, 59 yards, and I think about 6 minutes and 40-something seconds. Just a tremendous doubt. Now, will they onside kick again?
I was just going to say, I'm going to buy you a soft drink if they go 3 in a row here. James Brenza, number 20. And there it is. It's the third one. I owe you. It is recovered, though, and that's going to be trouble as the Jags have got a lane over here. Ball is taken by number 88. That's Andre Morris. He gets it back to the 35-yard line, and that one backfired.
Yep, it kind of backfired. The ball bounced right up and gave him an opportunity. And, yeah, that one was not what you want. And I suspect that'll probably be the last onside kick we'll see for a while. I suspect we're going to see the pooch kick that comes down around the 30, 35-yard line and maybe gets fair caught.
Well, you're going to have to wait till halftime. I'll go get your drink there for you. Take a look at this, and it just pops right up there to Andre Morris, who is a senior defensive end, starting defensive end. And, boy, he's got some pretty good speed, some pretty good moves for a DE. Jackie had a bad snap. He picks it up, and there's a gap there. He's going to go down at the 40-yard line, though, as Nederland was all over him. A low snap bounced on the ground back to Michael Jaquette. Loss of 5 yards on the play. You can see there he's scrambling around, fortunate to get it.
Who comes up there from the secondary, number 11 for Nederland? Jacob Jones coming up to get the stop. Second and 15 for Central, but that's tip money for Jaquette. 15 yards, that's nothing.
Still the empty backfield. Jaquette looks downfield. He throws it over the head of his intended receiver, Brandon Wise.
A good job there by Nederland. They kept him in the pocket, didn't give him a chance to pop out of there and take off, and he's not really set. Watch his feet. He's not really set. He throws the ball kind of off his back foot. That would have been a very difficult throw to complete. So 3rd and 15 for Central. Down to 1:02 in the opening quarter.
Everything you wanted, the best game in Southeast Texas. You are here with Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience celebrating its 20th year. And they're going to have to use their last timeout. A little bit of confusion there in the offensive backfield, as it appeared that Devois Whaley and Brandon Wise were both trying to go to the same position there.
Well, I can't remember the last time I saw a team take 3 timeouts in the first quarter.
Do I owe you a second drink at halftime?
Yeah.
Box of popcorn.
Out of the machine where they're free. I appreciate you doing that, Charlie. And you know I've got almost a full one here that I hadn't touched yet. So
spare no expense.
Get this one. I'll take this back next week.
Okay, there you go.
For next week.
3rd down and 15 now. Let's see if the Jags have got everybody on the same page. Single coverage on the far side, 3 receivers to the near side. And I'm wondering, I'm looking at that single coverage. Another bobbled snap.
You better unload it.
Jaquette, he's got a man open. Caught at the 5-yard line. Came back for it, Brandon Wise.
Boy, that's a good throw and a good catch. If you can see it, am I the only one? It looks dark in this place to me.
Just a little bit. Wise takes advantage of the underthrown ball, and it looks like Jaquette just throws it up.
He did. He just threw it up. Nederland has a guy pretty much in position, but the ball comes down perfectly.
Trevor Breaux dropped like a 9-iron in there at the 5-yard line.
Connor Hughes was bearing down on Jaquette. Looked like another 99 we saw a lot of last night. He was bearing down on the quarterback, but Jaquette got it out there and had it on target.
Referee went to talk to Toby Foreman, and now he went across to talk to Larry Newman. I did not see a flag on the play. Of course, I was looking down toward the end zone. Whitehat's coming to the sideline. He's saying we've got a personal foul, roughing the passer, I believe, against the defense. And the referee said it's waved off because otherwise it's only 15 yards, I believe.
Well, to me, that would be at the end of the play, Charlie. If it was hitting the quarterback after the play, it would be you would go half the distance to the goal line.
Let's see what he's going to signal now. Looks like he's setting up personal foul, roughing the passer against the defense.
Yep,
and they are moving.
Yeah, got to take it half the distance. So, and I knew that Connor Hughes was bearing down, and he was really close, and I'm guessing he couldn't have stopped. He just went ahead right into Jaquette.
So from the 3-yard line officially, Jags 3 receivers to one side, handoff it to the middle pile. Devil Whaley, the junior, gets in for the touchdown from 3 yards out.
Nederland had him stopped. He bounced out to the outside and scored, and once again the Jaguars make it look easy. There he was, just didn't get him locked up in there in the middle. He pops outside, and I don't think Nederland wants a shootout with these guys.
We're going to look at 14 square here with just over 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Point after attempt, good snap, good kick, tie game at 14.
So Central goes 35 yards in 1 minute and 10 seconds, 4 plays, I believe it was, and they convert a big third down. Jaquette makes a big third down throw.
Down to Brandon Wise at the 5-yard line. Then you add a 2.5-yard penalty there on roughing the passer. And that pass, you know, like you say, was up there for a long time. It's just with Nederland being in single coverage all over the place, it was hard to get to that spot. And Brandon wisely, there we go, came back and got the ball just before Trevor Breaux was able to cover him.
Well, Central's athleticism is far and above the tops in this district, and that's an advantage they have, and they're putting it to good use. Nederland's is only hope, and I think it becomes more and more evident when Central gets the ball and scores in the blink of an eye, is that Bulldogs now have to get the ball and hold on to it again. Play keep away for as long as they can.
Of course, converting that opening onside kick does put them one up on the possession meter because they deferred in the first half.
Right.
They're going to get it at the start of the second half.
And here's a situation where time of possession can be very misleading. I think in the first 11 and a half minutes of this quarter, I would guess Nederland's had the ball, and that's something that Gabe probably needs to track tonight. It'll be a revealing stat on this game. I'm guessing Nederland's had it about 9 minutes to 2.5 minutes for Central, and we got a tie game.
Jose Caldera ready to kick off from the right hash. Deep for the Bulldogs, Jalen Johnson and Austin Krauts. Caldera's kick. Bouncing itself, taken at the 30-yard line there by Jacob Jones, and number 11 gets it across the 40-yard line.
Well, once again, Nederland starts in good field position. Every time they have been in, of course, their field position hasn't been as good as Central's, but it's been good.
Yeah, who wouldn't take the 40-yard line?
Absolutely. So can Central, we'll see if Central has made some defensive adjustments now to you think they got to jump into almost a goal line defense and just really dare Nederland to throw the ball, because otherwise you're going to get beat with paper cuts. They're just going to keep plodding down the field.
Say hands off to Krauts. He follows his backs, almost gets to the 45-yard line, tackled after a 4-yard gain.
That'll probably wrap up the first quarter, and really an interesting quarter of two contrasting styles that have wrapped up 14-14.
Marcus Barton, the blocking fullback there, stood up Andre Morris, and Krauts went right behind him.
Nederland won't rush to get another play off. It's in, so that's going to do it for quarter number one, 14-14.
Now next week, we get to see what is probably the crown jewel of Southeast Texas football, Mid-County Madness. And there's a very special event that's going to happen at the end of that game where the Bum Phillips Trophy will be presented to the winner.
So the first bowl game of the year will be played in Nederland next week, the Bum Phillips Bowl, with the winner. And boy, it's even if I say so myself, since it's the Port Arthur News Trophy, an awesome trophy to give away. There you see it, the culmination of Mid-County Madness Week, the Bum Phillips Bowl.
Mid-County Madness, that particular rivalry is it got state recognition a couple of years ago. I mean, it's just we've had all sorts of different sports people come in to take a look at that. And a couple of years ago, we were fortunate to be present when Bum and Wade Phillips both came to the reservation for that game.
Yeah, it's kind of a coincidence. Every time Bum and Wade show up in some form, statewide attention follows. I wonder what that
wonder why that is.
Yeah, I wonder why that happens.
And Wade Phillips will be at the game next week to help hand off the trophy to the first winner. Sage Say has it tipped at the line of scrimmage. Ball drops short of Colton Broussard.
And Broussard was open. If the ball isn't tipped, they got a completion. So Nederland coming to another third down here.
And this one's third and long. They're going to have to get into Jag territory just at about the 49-yard line to maintain possession.
Yeah, this is third and a long 7, so this will be their toughest conversion tonight if they get it.
Say, pressure. And he tries to throw the screen pass,
Yep.
but there were enough linebackers there to shut it down. They were trying to get the screen to Marcus Barton, and Say has to eat it for a loss back at the 34-yard line.
Dexter Davis coming from the left side, and can you get the number of that guy coming from the right side? Is it?
I didn't see it. I saw Isaiah Pouncey was standing right next to Marcus Barton, just daring Say to throw the ball there. So this is going to be our first punt going into the second quarter. Dropping deep for the Jags, Xavier Jones and P.J. Locke, number 4.
Nederland probably want to try to kick it out of bounds. No, they're going to have a chance for a return.
Locke takes it at the 34-yard line, and P.J. Locke is still on his feet. They haven't locked him up yet. That was bad. At the 46-yard line. I can't believe I said that. Gets down to the Nederland 46-yard line.
Nice twisting return by P.J. Locke, and once again, Central will start from the plus side of the field. Look at Locke here. This is great footwork. Goes sideways, keeps moving. Big punt return, and the Jags come out. And they're just about anywhere they are on the field. They're in scoring territory.
Several times the Bulldogs looked like they had the punt returner down. They had him wind in, but P.J. Locke showing those moves. Jaquette now has a running back with him. Hands it off to Whaley. Number 12, Whaley, gets down to the 37-yard line, close to a first down.
Leon Mayfield and Trevor Bro doubling up to get the stop, but like you say, big yardage for Whaley.
It's going to be second down and short to go for the Jaguars. About a yard.
A lot of weapons on this team.
Jaquette, bad snap. He hands it off to Whaley anyway. He's got the first down into the secondary. Taken out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Going to have to get, when we get a moment here, I'm going to have to have Gabe total up the average yards per offensive play for Central. It's going to be really big because they haven't had many offensive plays and they've gained a lot of yardage.
We have an injured player down here on the near sideline as the training staff comes over to check, and there's a great shot there from our sideline camera. I don't think it's the cameraman who got hurt, but it looks like one of the Bulldogs is still down on the turf. I can't see the number from here, but again, it's good that all the players are on their knees. That's one thing about Southeast Texas football players. They know how to show respect to a fallen teammate. And I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge all the pink that you see in the stadium. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month throughout all of football, and from the NFL down to Pee Wee League. Players are wearing pink socks. They have pink towels, things like that, to demonstrate their support for the breast cancer awareness drive that's going on. Very, very horrible disease that many of us have seen hit our family members or friends of ours. It is a first down for the Jags as the medical staff are tending to the Bulldog.
So I got the number I was looking for, 10.3 yards a play for Central tonight.
Injured Bulldog is number 18. That's Trey Richardson. He's the starting left cornerback. Came over to make that play, and of course, with the passing attack that the Jags have here, losing a cornerback is not good, especially next week with Port Neches Groves being a possibility. Richardson, a senior defensive back, 5'10", 160 pounds.
Leads the team in interceptions. I'm thinking he'll be able to, it's hard to tell, but it looked like he might be able to come back. Nederland is really, the injury toll is pretty heavy on the Bulldogs right now. They just can't afford to lose any more players.
District 22 5A, one of the toughest 5A districts in the entire state. Whaley at left halfback now. Takes the handoff from Jaquette. He's going to go straight up the middle for a touchdown. Look at that speed from the junior, Devwa Whaley.
And that 10.3 average per snap just got a little higher.
We've got Whaley on a 29-yard touchdown as the Jags take the lead. Just watch the speed. He's almost out of camera frame there. Right up the middle. Quickest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Now it's 12 yards of play that Central is averaging, and we see what happens when Nederland is not able to make first downs and take time off the clock. They're just, Nederland's defense is totally overmatched with Central's offense.
Jags take the lead 21-14, 10-15 left here in the first half. That was a very, very quick strike by the Central Jaguars, set up by a punt return from P.J. Locke. Took it into Nederland territory at the 46-yard line.
40 seconds, I believe, was the length of time of that drive, so their time of possession is still probably not over 3 minutes or barely over. That's 3 touchdowns in how many offensive plays have they run? It's 11 offensive plays, 3 touchdowns now for Central, averaging 12 yards a play. What if they lined up onside kick, Charlie? I don't believe they'll do it. I think they may think they figured some things out defensively and want to try to pin Nederland back.
Angle kick on the previous kickoff to Jacob Jones. Let's take a look and see what they do. Starting off with that center rush, Jose Caldera. Again, setting up from the right hash mark. That's his favorite. Another squib kick. Taken at the 30. Again, Jacob Jones, number 11. Looks like he's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from there.
So Nederland back on offense. It's still a 1-score game, but it won't stay that way long if the Bulldogs aren't at least able to move the ball and take some time off that clock.
Yeah, that punt that they had, the first punt of the game coming in the second quarter, they took the ball at the 40-yard line, were unable to convert on any type of pass play. Tried the screen pass, ended up losing a bunch of yardage. 3 receivers to the left-hand side, Austin Krauts being the inside one. Sage Say sold back. Marcus Barton set up on that side as well. They do the jet sweep to Connor Perkins, number 6, trying to get outside. He ran a long way to gain 2 yards.
Central did a good job stringing it out. It looked like he was gaining yardage, but he was just going sideways for the most part. Not only did he only get 2 yards, but he was knocked out of bounds, stopping the clock. And that's the last thing Nederland wants. They want this game shortened as much as possible.
Austin Krauts in the backfield with Say. Say keeps it, going up the middle, gets almost to the 45-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down. Good gain there by Say off of left tackle.
Say comes up really favoring that ankle. He's toughing it out.
3rd down and 1 for the Bulldogs.
6 carries, 8 yards for Sage Say. That's going to be a first down and more for the Bulldogs as they come across midfield.
Krauts on that quick little slant pattern, or slant run. It's almost like a stretch as far as the line is blocking it. Gets into Jag territory at the 49.
Tell you, Charlie, as difficult as it is for Nederland to defend Central in this area of the field, I think you've got to approach it like 4-down territory for Nederland all the time. I don't know that it does you any good to punt and get them 30 yards farther.
Say drops back. He's looking on the pattern. Great catch made over there for the first down. Brought down by Connor Perkins, the sophomore. Number 6 brings it down. Sage Say laid it in there for him, and Perkins got both his feet down before going out of bounds.
Good protection for Say, and Perkins got open. He laid it in there, laid it on the number.
Down to the 37.
Only negative of that play for Nederland is he went out of bounds to stop the clock.
Say gets the signal. Hands off to Krauts, and Krauts is close down to the 32-yard line. That's 5 yards on first down, and the Bulldogs will be glad to take that.
You bet. Nice move by Krauts at the line of scrimmage. Just kind of veered out just a little bit. They'll take 5 on first down every time.
Clock is running. 8:48 now left in the first half. Nederland down 21-14 against Beaumont Central, 2 undefeated teams in district. Oh, that should have been caught and could have been intercepted.
Exactly right.
Both ways. Pass going to Tavian Mayfield.
And that one almost looked like it was tipped.
That would have been good for a first down. They were trying to make the Jags think they were throwing that quick screen to the right-hand side, but Mayfield ran just a quick slant. Ball was off target, though. We've got a 3rd down now. Just under 5 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
Be a timeout, looks like, for Nederland.
Nederland takes a timeout. Play clock was down at 7 seconds, so Nederland's going to burn one of their 2 remaining timeouts. 21-14. And your screen is right. The Jags have no timeouts left. They burned them all. Well, this, is it too early to say this is the game? I mean, this is the play right here. They have to score on this drive.
Well, yeah, I think they do, Charlie, because they have not proved that they could stop Central. So they've got to match scores with them and take time when they have the ball, take as much time as they possibly can off the clock. So with no question now, they're looking at 2 downs to make the 5 yards they've got to make. So you're calling a play here if you're Larry Newman. You don't have to get the 5 yards, but you need to get a big chunk of it to put yourself in 4th and as short as you possibly can. Ideally, obviously, you'd like to make the first down, but you do know you've got 2 plays to make it.
And I wonder what the Nederland defensive coaches are huddling about right now. So far, they have not been able to even slow down the Jags.
They want to try that 13-player defense that Central was using, I think.
Okay, we've got 3rd down, just under 5 yards for the Bulldogs.
Central packed in at the line of scrimmage. Look at all of them up there.
Say pushing the pile forward by himself, gets the first down.
What a tremendous effort from Sage Say.
And that was solo effort, and he gets up limping. First down, Sage Say takes it by himself, taking the Bulldogs on his shoulders, getting down to the 27-yard line.
You just wonder how long he can go on that ankle. He's favoring it more now than he has all night. He won't be carrying it on this play.
New running back in at left halfback, number 40, Vincent Tran. Austin Krauts at right halfback. They run 80 protection, and look at that pass. I believe that's hit out of bounds over there. I believe that's Tavian Mayfield.
You know, and again, the only thing Tavian Mayfield did wrong was run out of bounds. He didn't have to do that. He could have turned it back in. That's another 20, 25 seconds that Nederland can burn off the clock.
Good for a first down at the 12-yard line of the Jags. Now Mayfield gets pulled out. Going in his place, Colton Broussard. Nederland in a reduced look with Vincent Tran, the sole running back, with Sage Say. Tran set up as a blocking back to the left-hand side. Krauts comes in, sets up at an eye back. Tran gets the ball up the middle. Crosses the 10, gets to the 8-yard line.
This interior of Nederland's offensive line, Charlie, is really doing a good job. Central is playing the run, anticipating the run. They got lots of folks in the box, 7, 8 at times, and Nederland is still able to plug forward. And there's really some opportunities in the throwing game here for Nederland because of the way Central's lined up.
Back to Deuces. Looking for Krauts. He's open in the end zone. Touchdown. Yep. Beautiful play by the Bulldogs. Pass from Say to Krauts for the TD.
I think this has to be really discouraging to Toby Foreman to have the edge he's got in personnel here tonight and athleticism and to be trading touchdowns and not be able to stop an offense that's limited by having its best player at about 70%.
That one was so well designed. Krauts was so wide open, you get scared about those sometimes. Tie ball game at 21.
Central is having to commit so much to trying to stop the run here that they're vulnerable in the secondary, and Sage Say took advantage of it.
Krauts ran a perfect little corner route, going down the hash mark and then breaking it to the outside, and there was absolutely no one there.
Double or nothing on the drink, you owe me, that Nederland does an onside kick this time.
Well, I tell you what, that's, Coach Newman's already rolled the dice and impressed a lot of people, but I'm just impressed by the first one. The second one really took me by surprise. But
and then the third one?
Yeah.
The third one was the one that I wasn't totally shocked by the second one, but the third one, yeah, that was I think you got to pooch kick and hope you can limit the amount of return they get.
Xavier Jones and Devil Whaley back to return if the ball goes deep for the Jags.
So in a minute we'll get the plays and the amount of time and yardage on that last scoring drive.
James Brenza set to kick off. Another onside kick, and they just give it to him at the 48-yard line. Wow.
10 plays, 65 yards on that last drive. You know, if you got an onside kick, don't kick it right at somebody. Try to find a hole.
Try and find a spot over there. Kicked it right to, I believe it was number 45, Reginald Allison, who recovered it there.
Tells you Nederland really does not think that they're capable of containing Central on kickoff returns. That they're willing to give the ball up near midfield.
Jaquette and Whaley in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Single coverage to the top of the screen. Jaquette keeps it, and he's gone.
Yep.
He is gone. Michael Jaquette, number 7, all the way in from 51 yards. Single play.
8 seconds on that drive, 51 yards, 1 play, and the average per play goes up some more.
Look at the stride. Going to Utah, you say?
Going to be a Ute, whatever that is. So we get an update, 15.25 yards per play now for Central. What is it, 13 plays and 4 touchdowns? Is it 13? 12 plays, 4 touchdowns.
Got a flag in the end zone there. The backfield judges dropping it. Let's Let's see what the referee marks off here. Referee's kind of slowing things down. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against Nederland.
Well, Central might think about going for 2 here. I mean, 50 yards is no problem for them. Why should a yard be?
From the hold of Carnell Seals. Bit of a high snap. Juan Perez puts it up, and it is good, and the lead is expanded to 28-21.
This is covering 20 years here, but I would be shocked if there's ever been a time that Larry Newman has been at Nederland that a team has just folded, spindled, and mutilated his defense like they're doing, like Central's doing tonight. I mean, 12 offensive plays, 4 yards, averaging 15 yards a play. You know, it's just to me, it's unheard of.
Well, during the 26 previous district games, Nederland's defensive line was able to dominate the offense to the point where those front 4 were able to take on not only 5 but sometimes 6 offensive blockers and win. Nowadays, the Jag offensive line is able to win that battle, create the creases that both Jaquette and Whaley are taking advantage of.
Yeah, they really don't have to win the battle. They just got to get a tie. And
now the penalty is being assessed on the kickoff. It's a 15-yard penalty. So the Jags will be kicking off from the Nederland 45-yard line.
So 12 plays, 184 yards for Central to this point. Still have 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in what is a very long first half.
Well, that's one thing about all those onside kicks. It's cutting down on the yardage that Central is getting in the you would expect with 4 touchdowns to be looking at over 200 yards offense. Caldera's kickoff. They're going to go ahead and just pop it deep, let it go through the end zone. So the Bulldogs will start off 1st and 10 from their own 25.
And this will be their worst field position. I believe they started on the 35 once. So here we go again. It's back to can Central's offense stop Nederland's defense. I mean, can Central's defense stop Nederland's offense? And if they can, then Nederland is in a world of trouble. You have to think Nederland now feels like that it has to score every time it gets the ball. Like we have maybe a penalty situation here.
I saw a referee pick up a flag on the far side of the field at the Nederland 45. So, and the referee's coming by to talk to the 2 head coaches. He stopped off with Toby Foreman first and went over to talk to the Nederland coaches. I don't know if the penalty is going to be marked off or waved off, but there was a flag on the far side, and we'll see what the referee's signal is. Offside against the defense. They mark off the 5 yards after the touchback, so it'll start off at the 30-yard line.
So how's Central going to? Now this time they don't line up with so many in the box.
Say again, they're trying to do a real quick out pattern to Colton Broussard, and unfortunately it's just outside of his fingers.
Not a good throw that time from Say, and that's the thing. Nederland really can't afford to burn it down, especially first down, because they've got to make first down. You almost now get to the point where you think that Nederland's got to go all over the field and just refuse to punt unless they're really backed in the hole, because the distance for Central is no factor when it has the ball.
2nd down and 10, and that's Austin Krauts getting across the 40-yard line, close to a first down.
Should be a first down, I'm thinking.
Referee hasn't waved it yet. And there's an injured Jag over at the 30-yard line. It's number 3, Sidney Holmes, the strong safety, limping off.
And we see the down box move. So 2nd 10, big play for the Bulldogs.
Krauts continuing to rack up the yardage. He has it again, goes into the pile, moves it forward. He gets 2 yards the hard way. Brings up 2nd down.
15 for 77 for Krauts. He could well be on the way to hit the biggest game of his career tonight if he's able to continue pounding away. 7 in the box for Central.
From the shotgun, there's flag on the play. Say goes downfield. He's got a guy open. In stride, touchdown.
Don't come back, though.
Connor Perkins. Well, let's see what the flag is.
And unless it's offsides on Central, it's going to come back for holding, I'm going to guess. Play action, and that was you had to think play action would be there.
56-yard pass play, a touchdown from Say to Perkins, and they are starting to move back.
Tough deal for Nederland. They cannot afford any kind of mistakes, and especially one that wipes out a touchdown. Just a devastating penalty for Nederland.
Say hit Perkins in stride there. He'd gotten 2 steps behind the defender.
Well, he had play action. He caught Central's secondary looking in the backfield.
And here is the call, illegal procedure. Wow.
Yep. That is just that's not a 5-yard penalty. That's a 55-yard penalty. And Central can overcome something like that. Whether Nederland can remains to be seen. Now they're looking at 2nd and 12, and just that
takes the heart out of you.
Critical call, yeah.
That takes the heart out of you. Marcus Barton back in. Another flag is dropped by the back judge, and let's take a look at what's going on now. As he's standing there looking at the offense and just throws down the flag, and now he waves it off. He thought he had 12 guys breaking the huddle, but so we reset the play clock at 25. As the offense looks over to the sideline, everybody's looking over to the Nederland sideline, even the Jag defense. Say drops back through the hands of Tavian Mayfield and a little bit off target, but definitely catchable.
Yeah, probably a little too much zip on it. He wasn't very far downfield, and Say put through his fastball. So now Nederland in a really tough situation, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. And I look for Central to come after Say on this play now. They know it's going to be a pass. They're coming. Got to think they're coming. Might be a good time to call a screen pass.
Double set. They bring in Krauts, and they set up in the shotgun. Max protection. Say looking. Protection breaks down. Say he's looking to run it now. He spun down after a 2-yard loss. It's going to count as a sack, so it's going to be 4th down and 13 to go for the Bulldogs.
So Nederland really no choice here. I think I had talked about them, going on 4th down, but I think when you're looking at 4th and this much.
Another flag, offensive holding is going to be refused by the Jaguars, so it brings up 4th down, and in comes the punt team. That illegal procedure penalty really haunts the Bulldogs.
Yep, that was a big one. You're looking at a 28-28 tie. Now you're in a 28-21 hole. You got to figure out how to cover a punt, keep them from breaking that. I think the only thing you do is punt it out of bounds. I wouldn't even punt to them. You try to advance it 25 yards out of bounds.
The secondary coaches or the special team coaches are moving Xavier Jones up to almost a half position. In the punt, they are aiming for out of bounds, and they do get it. It pops out of bounds. Looks to be about the 37, to make it the 38-yard line of Central.
So that's probably the worst field position Central started with tonight. They're 62 yards away. And can Nederland find any way to get a stop? Can Nederland find any way? 4 touchdowns in 12 plays for Central.
5:35 left in the first half, 28-21. Central has scored 4 touchdowns. Jaquette, 37-yard run. Whaley, 3-yard run. Whaley, 29-yard run. Just all over the place. TDs for. Now Whaley gets the ball. He goes up the middle. And tripped up slightly at the 49-yard line, gets into Bulldog territory at the 45, comes up limping a little bit himself.
So they maintained their 15-yard per snap average.
The speed that the Jags bring to the table definitely messing up the Bulldog defense right now.
Speed is killed here tonight for sure, along with a very untimely illegal procedure penalty.
And the offensive line for the Jags, they are maintaining their blocks, giving those running backs creases. Whaley, as soon as I say
get
that,
a stop. They get a stop.
As soon as I say it, they send in their cornerbacks from the outside to stop that.
Like Matthew Bealey maybe in on the stop. So, and we say we get a stop one play. They
that'll affect the
get
average.
them down for one, but yeah, it'll hurt the average. But they still have 2 more downs to make a big play.
2nd down and 10. Jaquette came to the sideline to get the play from Toby Foreman. Now he's back on the field. Twin receivers to either side.
Thought their right tackle jumped, no call.
Whaley with the tackle trap gains 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
So they're either setting up, faking the ball to Whaley, and Jaquette keeping it and getting outside. So it's 3rd and 7. So probably see an empty backfield and just say, hey, Jaquette, go make a play. And he can do it.
That carry went to number 2, Xavier Jones. My mistake. The 2 and the 12. I saw the 2 come up. Jones in the backfield with Jaquette now. Setting up a right halfback. Jaquette rolls to his right, and he's just going to keep it. He's got around the spy back. Gets the 1st down, stepping out of bounds at the 29-yard line of the Bulldogs. And there's a late flag thrown over there. Thrown well after the play.
Probably a defensive penalty then if it's thrown after the play. Yep, they're indicating it's on Nederland. Bulldogs can't afford this kind of stuff. The yardage is so easy for Central to get that you can't help them out. Jaquette now up to 111 rushing yards for the night.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Nederland.
Can't do that.
15 yards will be half the distance from the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Central at the 14 and a half.
Attention student council members. There's a student council meeting on Monday in the cafeteria. The meeting will start at 3:05.
3:40 left in the 1st quarter. Jags looking to add to their 7-point lead.
Central has rushed for 182, which is not an extraordinary amount and a half, really, but when you've only had the limited number of plays they have, it's an extraordinary amount. So Nederland needs a turnover here. They somehow need to come up with a fumble or an interception. Confusion now.
Here's
for
flag
Nederland.
now. Here's a flag
Another
dropped
flag.
in.
That's going to be interference in the end zone. I don't know what the first one is. Maybe Nederland offsides.
Pass in the direction of Brandon Wise. Jalen Johnson over there in defense. The referees are talking about the 2 flags that have been dropped. So let's see what where the options lie.
So they're ruling not catchable. So there is no interference.
Okay.
What about the other flag?
I don't know. I thought there was an early flag and then a late flag.
Too.
Might have been one of those pink towels dropping on the ground there. 2nd down and 10. Jags spread it out again. 2 receivers well to the left. Handoff goes to Xavier Jones. Ball's on the ground. It is recovered by the Jags.
Well, there was Nederland's chance, and they didn't get it. Looks like number 6 comes up with the football for Central. Brandon Wise, that was what the Bulldogs needed, an opportunity at a turnover.
Looked like on the replay they messed up the handoff, and they're bringing the ball back.
Yep, so yeah, there's the flag. A flag is down, but that's the penalty's not near what Nederland wanted. They wanted the ball.
Now we've got offensive holding, so that'll be a spot foul from the previous spot. Central will get the down back, though, so it's going to be second down from their 25-yard line. They need to get to the 5-yard line, just inside the 5 of the Bulldogs, to maintain possession. And the way their average is, they'll get it done in 2 plays. Second down and 20. Clock is running.
Well, a real missed opportunity for Nederland with the ball rolling around on the ground.
If the Jags score now, it's really a big nail in Nederland's coffin. Jaquette. Ball is popped up in the air off the hands of the receiver over there. He did the quick turn in, and Carnell Seals, the senior, should have had that ball. Hit quickly by Jalen Johnson.
And all
Watch
that
this
play
one.
is doing is setting up a hitch and go. It was a catchable ball for sure, not going to get big yardage, so they're looking at 3rd and 20.
Nederland hoping to help hold here and try and keep the Jags to only a field goal attempt, but the way they can nibble down and the speed with which they can cover 20 yards, just letting Jaquette run with it might be the best play.
Nederland not ready when the ball is snapped.
Jaquette.
And he throws it away. It's so a good job of coverage for Nederland. 4th and 20. What will Central do? I don't know what their kicker, what kind of kicker they have. Gabe says he's only 1 of 6. So you go with a kicker that's 1 of 6 on what would be 42-yard field goal. So I got to think they're going for it. 4th and 20. Well, this would be a huge, huge moral victory for Nederland if they can keep Central out of the. That's all they got to do is keep them from gaining 20 yards here.
Whaley back in at halfback, and Jaquette is running
good pressure
again.
On him, got good pressure, and
Jaquette just throws it out. There are no flags this time. And the Bulldogs hold. They're going to take over at their own 25-yard line on 4th down.
That is really huge for Nederland, unless we've got a flag here. Holding Central, that'll be declined. Well, Nederland getting good pressure twice in a row on the quarterback, and the Bulldogs get their first stop of the half. Central scored their first 4 possessions. Possession number 5, they don't get it in. 2:44 left. Nederland would love to score, but if they don't score, they need to eat up the rest of the half. They get the ball to start the second half. So I'm not sure we're going to see them come out throwing. I think they got in. Central has no timeouts now.
Yeah, and that's a critical element right now.
So if Nederland makes 1 first down, they can run out the half. I don't think the odds are good on them being able to go this far with the kind of offense they're having to play. I think they're best served just to try to make a first down, maybe pop a nice run, and at worst get out of here 28-21 and get the ball to start the second half.
Say hands off to Austin Krauts, who gets to the 32-yard line.
And I would think you'd see Sage Say milk the play clock all the way down to the end here. I just don't think you're looking at this as a typical 2-minute offensive situation.
Shotgun right for the Bulldogs. Say rolls back, he throws it, and that's an incomplete pass in the direction of Connor Perkins, but he was double covered over there.
I'm really I'm a little not sure about that. I think you should be trying to make that first down running the ball and moving the clock. Now they've got a 3rd and 3 that they've got to make, or hand the ball back over and give that very dangerous Central offense. So this is, in this game, this is a huge play for Nederland. They have got to get a first down and keep that clock rolling.
Shotgun right. They run the draw play to Krauts, and they lose 6 yards. Wow.
it's not good. They're going to have to give the ball back. They need to let the clock run all the way down before they punt.
It's down. It's going to be 4th down and 7 to go. And that's 4th down. Say is just over on the sideline looking at the offensive coach. And the offensive coach is waving him back out there with some signals. Now he's pulling them back. I believe.
Well, they're going to let it go down to 1 and take their timeout, I would think.
Nederland has one timeout still on the board.
Can't possibly go for this. You're going to have to punt and give Central a chance. That was not a good possession for Nederland.
No, the pass play to Perkins stopping the ball or stopping the clock was not a wise move. In hindsight, when you had a good rushing on 1st down, Prout's getting up close to the 1st down, but
right.
Wow, 127. Nederland's going to have to punt.
So you're going to give them a chance maybe to get a big punt return. If not, there's plenty of time for Michael Jacquette.
Yeah, anything over 20 seconds, really.
Yeah. It's Nederland getting the stop down there, getting a chance to get out of this first half 28-21 and get the ball to the start of the second half. You couldn't, that was as good as it was going to get here for the Bulldogs.
Nederland, though, you've got to admire their pluck. They're definitely staying in this game, fighting as best they can against a physically superior team.
Done a tremendous job of competing, Charlie, and coaching. I'll give them credit for that up to that one play call. I wouldn't be shocked to see a fake punt, to be honest.
Brandon Wise and P.J. Locke dropping back. Number 4, Locke taking the far side, Wise taking the near side. They're assuming that the angles are going to be played, and they're angling it over to the left-hand side, right where Locke takes it at the 39-yard line, and he's going to be tackled, taken out of bounds. It looks at the 49 of Central with 1:16 left in the half.
That's forever when you got Jacquette on the field.
They ended up, Nederland took the ball over with 2:43 left in the half. They handed back over with 1:16. And Jacquette was just able to, not Jacquette, but Locke was just able to keep spinning, keep moving forward, just like on that previous punt return. Again, a lot of guys here from the Central Jaguars being looked at by major colleges. And there's the empty backfield. They're going to try and put one in the heart of the Bulldogs right here. Jacquette looks deep. He's got his own open, and he takes off. Gets away from the spy back, Leon Mayfield.
And smartly jumps out of bounds, got his first down, got out of bounds. Very heads-up play by Michael Jacquette. Looked like he was going to be tackled near the line of scrimmage, and just watch the acceleration right there. Just ran away from 4 tacklers really, and brought himself down by jumping out of bounds. So still 1:09.
Empty backfield, just allowing the quarterback to do what he wants to do, and there he breaks outside containment again. A lot of green here. Jacquette pointing to people, dives, gets out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Great sack opportunity. If we get a replay, we'll see who was coming from the backside here. Had a shot. Jacob Jones had a shot, didn't get him. So everything going bad for the Bulldogs. Got a player down, gave up big yardage, and it sounds like you're second guessing, but really not second guessing in the way Nederland played that last offensive possession. Just that they had to play it to run 3 plays, milk a lot of clock. The incomplete pass on second down, just an absolute killer.
The down boxes have not moved either. The ball is spotted at the 12-yard line, and now they're starting to move. I think they saw the injured player and did not move the down boxes.
Jacquette, 8 carries, 150 yards now.
From the 12-yard line, 59 seconds. Jags and Bulldogs are each out of timeouts. Jacquette puts it up. There it is in the corner. Touchdown. Touchdown to Carnell Seals. 12 yards.
That we knew that was coming. I mean, that's the dagger for Nederland. They took 24 seconds to score that time, but I really don't understand that last offensive sequence. That invited this, and
Perez, the junior kicker, Juan Perez, on to attempt the point after. It's a bad snap. Seals looking to run with it. He's got a guy open in the end zone. Tipped.
And caught. Now, do they not have an ineligible? I guess not. Don't see any flags.
And that's the fire call, a 2-point conversion throw from Seals.
Daniel Gilbo. Yeah, all the offensive linemen were just standing there watching. Pretty good improvisation there. Ball is tipped maybe off 2 players.
Caught there by number 32, Dexter Davis. Wow. Seals to Davis. It goes into the books for a 2-point conversion, 36-21. And that's the old fire play whenever you mess up like that. Everybody who is an eligible receiver tries to find a corner of the end zone. And you're right, the offensive linemen are told to stay on the line of scrimmage, because when you hear fire, that turns it into a pass play, and you don't want to go downfield. The worst nightmare of the Bulldogs there.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario for how the half could have ended. And playing catch up, and Nederland can't change what they're trying to do. They're 2 scores down. They can't just come out winging it, because they can't take a chance on, quick possessions and getting the ball back to Central. They're just going to have to come out in the second half and try to continue to grind it out. Hope they can get another stop or 2 and a turnover, whatever.
Onside kick taken in the air by Clayton Martin of Nederland. So they're going to get the ball at the 46-yard line with 52 seconds left. We're running out of fingers to count onside kicks right now.
Might be a state record. Anybody keep a record on that?
Now James Brenza for Nederland, can kick a field goal from the 25, 30-yard range. He does have the leg for that. If Nederland wants to try and see if they can get downfield 30 yards.
I'd be careful about trying that. You throw it up and Central gets it, and then the game really is over.
Hand off to Krauts. Tackle trap, gets across the 50-yard line.
Run that play one more time and go in and regroup. You get the ball to start the second half. You're still in the ball game, but a lot of things are going to have to happen based on what we've seen in the first half for Nederland to have any chance.
Say looks downfield. Double coverage over there as Connor Perkins was trying an out move.
Well, I think we'll come back to the big play in this half is the illegal procedure penalty that wiped out what would have been a tying touchdown and a 28-28 score. Nederland's in a situation where it's got to play just an absolute perfect game, and they pretty much had done that offensively until that penalty. That penalty just such a killer.
Max protect this time. Hand off to Krauts. He's got the first down into Jag territory at the 40-yard line. Clock is running, or rather stops for the first down sticks to move. Once they're reset, then we'll start the play clock, and Nederland's not have to run another play if they don't want to.
I think they'll try to throw it down the field now. I mean, there's so little time that if it doesn't work out for them.
Say getting out of bounds.
And they hit him out of bounds. That's going to get 15 for sure.
Say is out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
That's inexcusable there. Plus, that takes it from the 30 to the 15 with 13.2 seconds left. Very foolish penalty for Central. And it will give Nederland a chance now to throw the ball into the end zone at least once.
And maybe twice, and still plenty of time for Brenza's field goal attempt, depending on how long the plays take. 13 seconds. Referees are doing a good job here of maintaining player safety. They're calling those penalties both ways. Yes, it's a spirited contest, but we have to be careful.
You do that, you do that on the sidelines in the NFL. On the other sideline, you'd be lucky to get out of there. Okay, we're going to see it again. Sage Say going as fast as he can on that bad ankle. Clearly across the side. And the player that hit him was standing out of Marcus Barton. No, not Marcus Barton. He plays for Nederland. Sidney Holmes.
Here's the play into the end zone. They're pushing him out of bounds over there, caught by one of the ball boys. Got it down to 8 seconds. They only used 5 or 6 seconds there. Take another shot.
One more shot. This would be huge for Nederland. I mean, if they could get this, it would offset the allowing Central to get the last touchdown of the half. Well, it looks like maybe they're sending the kicking team now.
With 8.1 seconds left, they're going to go ahead and send in the field goal attempt. I would have thought they would have taken another shot there, but they're going to go ahead and make the shot here with James Brenza. Kick is up, and it is good. We have 3 seconds left.
Just time for one more onside kick.
Field goal for Brenza. Mark it at 22 yards, 22-yard field goal. Cuts the deficit 34 to 24 now, 36 to 24.
Longest first half of the year, I believe, time-wise.
So many kickoffs. I mean, this has been almost like 2 games worth from the earlier. Setting it up for the second half, though, as these 2 teams battle it out for the district lead in 22-5A.
Well, a share of the district lead.
Share of the district lead, assuming P&G wins. And
right.
we hear they are winning.
They're playing Lumberton. And I guess being politically correct, we have to act like that it's, anybody's game, but it's really not. I'm guessing it's beyond halftime. I would make the spread about 35.
Now, I wouldn't do this as an onside. I'd dribble it down there. Onside, if he downs it immediately, then Central would have a shot.
Theoretically run one more, but don't kick it right at somebody.
No, find an open spot. This is volleyball time. They do an onside. It's taken there, and he falls down quickly, but the clock on the scoreboard has run down. That is the end of the first half. Beaumont Central 36, Nederland 24. Nederland deferred in the first half. They'll be accepting the second half kickoff. We'll be back with that in just a few moments.
I discovered Lamar University.
I looked at all types of schools.
Big ones, small ones,
Ivy League and private.
Then I found Lamar. Bistro-style dining.
Private bedrooms.
Close to home.
15 NCAA Division I sports.
World-class professors.
Who actually know my name.
Undergraduate, master's,
and doctoral degrees.
Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Cars are as unique as the people who purchase them. And when picking one, every detail counts, right down to the stitching on the seats. So why should picking a car loan be any different? Whether it's a low rate or a low payment you're looking for, at Do Good we customize loans to fit your needs. And we'll make sure your lending experience is everything you want it to be. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. At Do Good, you'll love your car loan as much as you love your car.
Great hunt today, Dad.
Thanks, son.
For more than 15 years, I've helped clients nationwide make solid decisions about investing in gold so they can enjoy what's most important.
Discover the best options for you and your family by calling 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. 866-UCB-GUIDE, 866-822-4843.
Now is the time to learn about gold, so you have time to enjoy what's most important.
This is the first vehicle I bought from JK Chevrolet. My salesperson was very friendly. There was no pressure. She was very patient, showed me several different models. Here at JK, I felt very comfortable, very relaxed. It was a very enjoyable experience. I already had a note in mind and an interest rate that
I'm registered for college.
Me too, and for the same classes, and I'm saving $2,000 a semester at Lamar Port Arthur. Then I graduate and transfer if I want.
Really? You can do that?
You bet. What are you paying for your education?
Quality instruction, great savings, and courses transfer. It's the Texas Common Course Law. Don't wait any longer to begin your education while saving.
I chose Lamar State College Port Arthur.
When you think you may be having a stroke, remember to act fast. If you experience facial droop, if your arms are weak and your speech is off, then time is of the essence. A lack of blood flow to the brain can cause loss of functions that may never be recovered. Don't let it get that far. Call 911 immediately. A professional EMS will get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your certified primary stroke center.
I discovered Lamar University
Close to home.
A place of my own.
with all the amenities.
Opportunities.
engineering,
World-class science.
professors who know my name,
That's what you get with a doctoral research university.
hands-on research,
Or study abroad.
And it starts right here. Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Hi.
Hey, I heard y'all were making flipping loans?
That's right. 5 Points Awesome Loans have everybody flipping out.
I'm ready for my loan now. Watch this.
Wow. I haven't even told you we'll pay off 1% of your loan balance.
Get a new loan or flip an existing loan to 5 Point, and we'll pay off 1% of your new loan balance. 5 Point Credit Union. Money for loans right here at home.
Woohoo! I'm so flippin' happy. Watch this.
No, not necessary. Yeah.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur, or another university? Let's see. Lamar Port Arthur courses transfer anywhere in Texas or the country for that matter. Coursework is the same as anywhere else, and great savings each semester. And it's close to my home and my job. So why am I still thinking about this? I choose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur. Change your future. Start here today.
You know, diversification is important and means more than owning different stocks. Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. I've been helping clients nationwide for 15 years diversify with gold. And I want to send you a free copy of our award-winning gold guide to help you choose the best gold options for you.
Get the answers you need about gold. Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE. That's 866-822-4843.
I came to JK Chevrolet because I live right here in Port Arthur, because I'm not going to trust anybody else besides JK to service this car. Drove up here on the lot. They had several people came out to meet me, and they were very knowledgeable and very helpful. I've had a bad experience with a couple other dealers, but here at JK Chevrolet, I think I'm going to have a real good experience with these people. Should I decide to buy another vehicle, I will buy from JK Chevrolet.
Our customers say it all. Come see how we can make a difference for you and your family at JK Chevrolet at the airport.
Heart attacks affect men and women equally, and when they strike, denial can be a killer. If you're experiencing pressure, tightness, or an aching sensation in your chest or arms, then you may be having a heart attack. If so, time is of the essence. Do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 for a professional EMS. They'll get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your accredited chest pain center.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
This is my sixth vehicle that I bought through JK Chevrolet. My friends and family shop here as well.
Whenever I arrive at JK and meet the salesperson, there's never any pressure. Very knowledgeable, always there to help out. Kind of feels like a family atmosphere. And he always is able to meet or beat any deal that I've been able to find elsewhere in the area. When I buy my next vehicle, it'll be here at JK Chevrolet.
Our customers say it all. Come see how we can make a difference for you and your family at JK Chevrolet at the airport.
Welcome back to the Thomas Educational Service Center in Beaumont. The Jaguars of Beaumont Central are ahead of the Nederland Bulldogs 36-24, and the first half stats kind of show the dominance of the Jags.
Well, particularly the big play part, because the first stat you always look at, first downs, Nederland has 16, Central 10, but once you go from there, then it gets kind of crazy. Central 221 rushing yards, 47 passing yards, 268 total. Nederland 121 rushing, 46 passing, 167 total. Where it gets eye-opening, Central has run only 26 plays. Nederland ran 43 plays to 26 for Central, but out of those 26 plays, Central got 268 yards. That's an average of 10.3 yards per play for the first half for Central. Michael Jaquette doing the most damage, the quarterback, Central quarterback, 8 carries for 150 yards. With the exception of one big third down pass that set up a touchdown, he didn't really hurt Nederland in the air. 2 of 8, 47 yards. For Nederland, Michael Krautz, 19 carries, 92 yards. Sage Say on an obviously bad ankle, 9 carries for 21 yards. And Say is 5 of 12 passing for 46 yards. So statistics can be misleading. Certainly the 16 first downs a little misleading. The edge in first down, 16-10. Nederland doing what they had to do, trying to control the ball, but it just wasn't enough to offset all of the Central big plays. I said Michael Krautz. I should have said Austin Krautz. With the big first half rushing, 19 for 92 for Nederland. So the Bulldogs going to get the ball to start the second half, and it's still anybody's game at 36-24 if you think Nederland has figured out a way to slow down Central's offense. I think it's imperative, Charlie, for Nederland to score some points here with the first possession of the second half.
And what's striking to me was the 46 yards passing for Nederland. They had a one touchdown pass, a 56-yarder called back for illegal procedure, but there were several passes where the receiver was unable to control them. Sage zipped them in there, or they were just off of the fingertips. The Jags secondary, they got 5 interceptions against Lumberton last week, definitely making their presence felt, taking away Nederland's passing game.
Except for the one big play that got called back, and for Nederland, that was obviously the most costly play of the half.
Kickoff goes out of bounds and in the end zone, so Nederland will start off at their own 25-yard line. And this is pretty much a do or die for Nederland. They're going to have to score on every possession. They were able to, just before the half ended, take advantage of not only a Sage Say run to the 30, but a hit out of bounds that cut to that distance down to 15 yards to convert on a 27-yard field goal from James Brenza at a time, honestly, when we thought they were going to take another shot into the end zone with 8 seconds left in the first half. They took the 3, and that, who knows if that may be a difference maker right there. Larry Newman hasn't got this many consecutive wins without being a sharp cookie when it comes to coaching.
Yeah, and you could make a case for throwing it into the end zone, and I was in favor of that. But what if your quarterback gets sacked? What if you complete the ball on the field of play with no timeout? So he took the 3, and we'll see what happens. It's Krautz on the first play getting about 4?
5 out to the 30. It's going to be second down and 5, and that's pretty much what the Bulldogs did on most of their possessions, scoring 3 touchdowns in long sustained drives, converting third down whenever they needed to. They fake the speed sweep, and Say takes it forward for a 4-yard gain to the 34. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And I think if the Bulldogs come up short here, we'll see them go for it. I just don't think any short yardage situation they can afford to punt it away. Say getting 4 straight ahead. He'll come under center. No, he didn't come under center.
Krautz gets the first down, crossing the 35.
So Krautz knocking on the door of a 100-yard rushing game.
Got it to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
He had 92 in the first half, got 5 and then 2, so that's 99 yards rushing for Austin Krauts. He's certainly been a big factor in keeping the Bulldogs in the game, as has their offensive line.
2 receivers to each side now.
Screen.
Little slide screen over there to Connor Perkins. Number 6 gets, looks like to be about 8 yards on 1st down.
Boy, was that number 80, Jerome Zachary, coming from behind to make this hit.
Watch him catch him down, tracking him down. Wow.
Ooh, boy. I mean, he came flying. It's a wonder that ball didn't come loose.
Junior defensive lineman with a lot of energy saved up over halftime. He must not have been dancing to the band like the others were. Barton takes it into the scrum at the 45-yard line. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and less than 1 for the Bulldogs.
So will Sage Say go under center, try to draw Central offside, or will he take a direct snap? Look like he's going to take the direct snap.
Empty backfield. Say changes the play, moves Barton to the other side of the formation, and now it's just a power sweep in that direction. Say crosses the 50 down to the 43-yard line. 1st down, Nederland.
Tell you, Sage Say showing a lot of toughness, because playing on a bad ankle is no fun. He looked pretty good there. He even made a pretty sharp cut on it, turned it up, showed his strength. So Nederland back to doing what it does best: run the football, roll the clock.
Krauts moves to left halfback. Low snap.
Look
and
out.
Say's in trouble. Throws it up. There's a flag on the play as Marcus Barton was trying to run a pattern into the left flat.
Got to be a defensive penalty here. Pass interference or defensive holding.
Okay, so pass interference. That'll be 15 yards from the spot.
Tell you, Sage Say did a nice job getting away from pressure right there. Turned it on, then got the ball loose. Drew a penalty, and another 1st down for the Bulldogs. They're racking up the 1st downs tonight.
31-yard line of the Jags. .9:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Krauts at left halfback. He's going to get the ball. Just a straight shot there, and Krauts shows his speed and power. It's down into the 10-yard line, tackled at the 8.
Tell you, this is the best game I've seen Krauts have, and it couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Once again, great work up front for Nederland. Create a seam. Look, Krauts saw it, popped it up. He was at 100 yards before that play. What did he add on that play? 23 more, so 123 yards for Austin Krauts, 123 rushing.
Hand off to Krauts. He's going to score, plowing in from the 8-yard line.
Impressive stuff for Nederland. And I tell you what, you really got to be impressed with the resilience of this Nederland team. They just keep coming.
Just a matter of can they stop the other team.
but again, they're doing just about all they can with what they have.
Brenza's point after attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. 36-31. Jags see their lead cut as Nederland takes the second half kickoff down and scores.
Here's a
Krauts.
replay on the touchdown. Boy, Krauts looks good turning the ball up. He's got some quickness. Very impressive, and the field goal at the end of the first half looks better also now, because it does keep it at puts it inside a one-score game. to where I wonder if Toby Foreman's telling his team watch for the onside kick.
We have seen, and you know, we were trying at halftime to find a record book somewhere, total number of onside kicks in one half. And, we had, 10? We'll have to check with Gabe. I think Nederland, 7 of them. Gabe's a good statistician.
He's right on top of it.
You need to put a little something extra in his paper because normally that's not a stat that you keep track of.
That's true. That's true.
There's not a box for onside kicks on that stat sheet.
So let's see if they've changed their kicking strategy during the half.
Normally Brenza angle kicks it,
Yeah,
and that's what he does this time.
There.
Caught at the 35, and that's what it's designed to do, is basically stop them right there.
There's close to a personal foul penalty there. Okay, so now has Nederland, and it's not so much figuring out what they can do. Okay, here's another look at the kickoff return, and the Bulldogs do a good job. And so I say it's not so much Nederland's coaches figuring out what to do to stop Central. They're smart enough to do that. This is a well-coached football team. It's just being able to execute something that can offset the speed, quickness, and really impressive athletic ability that Central has.
Michael Jaquette, the quarterback, hands off to Whaley.
Big hole, look out.
Straight up the middle. Deval Whaley brings it into Bulldog territory, maintaining that 10-yard a play average, increasing it, in fact.
Increasing it.
Getting to the 45-yard line.
Look at the hole. Look at you. You give a guy like that kind of hole, he's gonna gouge you pretty good.
Finally tackled by Peyton DeVries, but a first down in Bulldog territory. Jaquette's looking deep. Got some pressure. They're trying to maintain. There's a crossing pattern, almost intercepted as Jalen Johnson jumped in front of the receiver, got a hand on it, and tipped it away.
Always dangerous to be going right and then throw back into the middle of the field. See why he looks. Now he escapes. He's got that escapability. But now he's going to throw back into the middle of the field, and there's a lot of traffic.
And Dexter Red was the intended receiver. Jalen Johnson cut in front of.
So that hurts the old average when you get no gain. That's
second down. Receivers a little bit wider. Straight drop back for Jaquette. There's a flag on the play, and Red has it in his hands at the 4 and drops it.
I think this might be a hold.
Let's take a look at what the flag is for.
Well, here's your dilemma. Do you want 3rd and 10 or 2nd and 20? Or is it ineligible receiver downfield might be? Look like he's giving the that's a loss of down penalty, isn't it?
I believe so, unless, Coach Newman comes out onto the field to get the particulars explained to him. If it is loss of down, sure, I'll take it. Ineligible downfield. So they decline it. They want the down. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
So obviously it is not a loss of down penalty. And I can understand that strategy. I don't know, it used to be 15. I think maybe now it's just 5, and they wouldn't turn down a major penalty. So, yeah, I'd take 3rd and 10 as opposed to 2nd and 5. So this is we say big play. It's a big play for Nederland to get a stop, get off the field.
Jaquette rolling pocket to his left. Plants and throws, has a man open. It is tipped and almost intercepted. Once it's tipped, there is no pass interference there.
That's right. Some people in the crowd rumbling, but once the ball was tipped, and so good this is played well. He has to get this off. He's got a player coming right into him.
Tipped away there by Sage Say playing defense. Wow. Well, there you go. You put your best player on the field. Tipped by Sage Say. And, of course, before he was quarterback at Nederland, he was one of the big secondary guys last year.
You have to watch for a fake here.
Nederland going for the return. Taken at the 10-yard line. A fair catch by Austin Krauts, and Nederland has scripted the second half exactly the way they wanted it.
So who would have really thought, being honest, that Nederland would have the ball with a chance to take a lead the way things wound down in the first half? Again, I use the word resilience. This is a very resilient team. They came with a great plan from their coaching staff, and for the most part, they've executed.
Now the Bulldogs, if they can chew up the clock here as they have done in 4 drives earlier, can take the lead against this tough Central Jaguar defense.
90 yards to go. Long field ahead of them.
Sage fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. He's got outside contained busted, gains 4 yards, and steps out of bounds.
So you'll take 4. That wasn't what they wanted. They hoped for more. Used the play action, and it didn't set up what they hoped it would. But Say moving around pretty good, really.
3 receivers to the left-hand side now. Austin Krauts at right halfback, single coverage on the far side of the field. There's a blitz coming in from outside. Say goes into the pile, spins, and gets to the 15-yard line. That's only a gain of 2. Third down, 5.
They're ready for him. So Central's got a player grabbing his leg. No, is that a cramp?
I believe so.
Number 42 for the Jaguars may have to come off, Reggie Bozeman.
He's the nose guard. He might have had something chopped out from under him. That happens a lot.
So 3rd and 4, and you just keep coming back to that thing for Nederland. It's a really big play. They can't go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Broussard in motion across the formation. 3 receivers to this side. Low snap, and Krauts fights for that first down.
He is really close. Depends on the mark. I don't believe he's got it. I think he's a little short. I think he got to get across the 20-yard line here.
Just short on a 3rd and 5. He gains 4.5. It's going to be 4th down, and the punting team's coming on the field for Nederland.
And you're on your own 20. It'd be crazy to go for it, but you just, how many times can you stop Central?
Deep again for the Jags, Brandon Wise and P.J. Locke.
You got to punt to a dangerous returner. Oh, they're probably trying to kick it out of bounds.
Angled kick going to the right-hand side. It's going to hit short, take a bit of a Nederland bounce. Real good Nederland bounce down at the 36-yard line. Bulldogs will be glad to take that punt.
So can the Bulldogs get another stop? They got 1 in the first half. They've had 1 in the second half. And they're hanging in. I tell you, if you're a Nederland fan, you should be really proud of your football team. They got a 26-game district streak on the line, and they're hanging tough with a very explosive, very dangerous Central team.
Michael Jaquette, number 7, the quarterback, senior from Beaumont Central. In the backfield with him, junior, number 12, Devil Whaley. Whaley at the right halfback, spread out just a little bit. Looks like a running formation. Whaley tackled at the line of scrimmage, and he spun out.
Yep, somebody didn't wrap up. They had him stopped cold. Nice piece of running by Whaley, big, strong kid. Really thought he was going down for no gain right there.
Lineman stayed with his block and knocked the defensive lineman backwards.
Oh, he knocked him back. Yeah, that's there's some strength there.
And again, hats off to the offensive line for Beaumont Central. Those 5 have been playing the Nederland defensive line even to Steven all night long. Whaley steps out of 2 tackles, keeps his balance, runs into his own blocker, and gets a first down at the Bulldog 40. Flag on the play at the 50-yard line, though it blends into the yellow line there.
Central backing up. Got to think this is going to be on them, maybe holding.
And that's it, 10-yard penalty on a Fine little 12-yard first down run by Whaley. Instead, they'll be facing a first down and 20, or first
right
down and
there,
18.
you can see it. They're number 57 is the player being held. Whaley 9 carries for 82.
First down and 18, and Jaquette empties the backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback draw designed. Jaquette keeps running, gets 9 yards back on that penalty.
Central kids don't go down easy now. You get your arms on them, but you got to lock up. They're just not going to go down. Slips away, keeps moving.
Second down and 9 now for Central at their 49-yard line.
265 rushing tonight for Central.
Whaley pushes the pile forward for a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up third down, 5 to go.
So Nederland again has Central in a third down situation. A 10-yard penalty helped. Whaley powering straight ahead. 3rd and 5, they can do just about anything they want to do. My call would be Jaquette from an empty backfield taken off.
And there you go. Jaquette hears you and empties it out.
Yep.
Jaquette looking to pass.
He's looking to run, really.
There's flag on the play as Jaquette is sacked back at the 42-yard line.
Really well played by Nederland. Looks like maybe another holding penalty on Central, but if that's what it is going to be declined. Really well played. Nederland will decline the penalty, and hey, that's pretty good adjustment has been made defensively by Nederland because they're doing a better job keeping Jaquette inside, not letting him get outside of him. Look at this. There comes the penalty in. He starts upfield, not going anywhere. And I believe that was Hunter Ellis getting the sack on the play.
Short punt. Austin Crouch calls for the fair catch at the 30-yard line, make it the 29. So with that exchange, Nederland goes from their 11 out to the 29 where they'll have a 1st and 10.
It might be starting to get a little nervous for Central now. You've dominated this game in a sense, scoring so easily and so often in the first half, and yet you look up, you're only five points ahead of Nederland with 4:13 left in the third quarter. And, you know, Rudy Tomjanovich, the former Houston Rockets coach, had a great quote about the heart of a champion one time, and I think we're seeing a good example of that here tonight from Nederland.
Sage say that is a lateral. He's got a guy wide open. Austin Crouch catches it, dodges two defensive backs. He's at the 40, he's at the 35, using his speed to the 24-yard line. The trick play works.
Great call by Nederland. The Bulldogs are hanging in, man. This is impressive stuff.
The halfback lateral pass works. Crouch was wide open. If they had hit him in stride, he would have caught it. Throwing that ball, number 8, Mitchell LeBaron, the backup quarterback, snuck into the play there. Hand off to Crouch. He's trying to get around the corner, cuts back, held for just gain of a yard. But that halfback option pass, not really an option, just a lateral pass. Crouch was bursting wide open in the backfield.
Yep, he was there. It could have been a touchdown. Still a big gainer for Nederland. Gets him in position. They're at the 23-yard line. Down under 3.5 minutes in the third quarter.
Second down and 9. A good trick play call there by the offense. Sage Say takes it inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be third down, 5 to go for the Bulldogs.
So interesting situation coming up for Nederland here. Let's say you get a no gain on this play. Do you kick a field goal, which would get you within a field goal?
Yep.
I think you've got some increased confidence maybe now in your defense. I think you'd rather have a first down.
From the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right-hand side. They were trying to get him to jump. Sage with that hard count that worked so well in the first quarter for 15 yards.
Looked like they were coming. This may need to be a pass.
He's trying to throw it down to Perkins. And there's flags all over the place.
That's going to be pass interference.
Perkins was trying to get away initially and was being held. And when he broke free for the special part of the route, he was tackled.
So you can see looking down the line when Central and Fort Neches Groves play. PNG has a great passing game. Central are going to have some problems defending because we've seen them have problems defending the pass against Nederland tonight.
We'll get the call here from the referee. Pass interference. It's a 15-yard penalty even if it happens in the end zone. Bulldogs have a 1st and goal from the Jaguar 4-yard line. See here just at the very top there, Perkins being knocked down as the ball was coming his way. Say in the backfield, Austin Krauts next to him. Sends Broussard in motion, handoff to Krauts. He's trying to cut back, but good defensive line play. They penetrated and grabbed his legs.
They were waiting for him that time.
Big number 50, that's Dwayne Robertson, among several other Jags. You can see here the hole never existed. 2nd and goal.
Nederland 4 yards away from taking the lead.
And who would have thought you'd be saying that in the second half?
I guarantee you who would have thought that.
Twin receivers to either side. Marcus Barton at halfback. He gets the ball. He darts in. Touchdown, Nederland.
That is that's truly amazing. You really got to give these kids a lot. Now they got to go for 2 here, I think. Third, or what is it?
Yeah, I think the rule. I think they need to go for 2. There's only a 1-point differential.
Yeah, 37-36 at one point really, or you think you got to go for 2 here. 37-36, make it a 3-point. Try to make it a 3-point game.
And that's what they're doing. Austin Kraut set up in the pistol formation. Backing him up again. Sage Say underneath. He takes it. Fakes the handoff to Kraut. Say keeps it. Throws it. It is almost intercepted.
Caught it. Tipped and caught.
Wow.
Tipped and caught by, was it
Marcus Barton?
And 39-36 Nederland. And this team was down, what, 36-21? That's like 18 unanswered points now for the Bulldogs. Central. That had every chance to knock that one down. It's tipped around. And 39-36 will, no matter how this one comes out, and there's a long way to go, you really got to tip your cap to Larry Newman and this Nederland football team. It's been pretty remarkable.
I mean, and y'all have written before about how the coaching staff at Nederland's one of the best coaching staffs in all of Texas. They've been together for a very long time. Coach Newman, I believe, in his 23rd year now, 22nd year at Nederland. It's been a long time.
Right.
I'm off with my fingers and my toes, so I can't go higher than that. All right, let's let James Brenza did the angle kick on the last kickoff after the 8-yard crouch run. Brenza's kick angles down to the 30-yard line. It is fair caught there. It'll be at the 29-yard line. Well, make it the 31. They put it on the other side of the 30. So Central, in this half, they started off from their own 35, 36, and now the 31. Those angle kicks working a little bit better than the onside kicks of the first half.
Well, what I'm impressed with, impressed with a lot of things right now, but the defensive adjustments that Nederland made at halftime and has been able to execute here in the third quarter.
Yeah, true. That's the way it works. And there's a little bit of a hesitation I sense among the Jags right now. They're not bouncing onto the field as they were doing earlier. The Nederland defense, they've got a little hop in their step. Retaking the lead. Now a little bit of a trick play. They do the counter option. Devil Whaley pulling Bulldogs with them, get to the 40-yard line. He's tackled right at the yard line, and Jackett is down. Jackett is down at the 21-yard line.
Here.
Is on that counter option. As Jackett pitches the ball, he's going to get hit hard by one of the defensive linemen.
Ooh, the way
has
he
his
went
leg
down,
twisted underneath
the way
it.
he went down, that could be, oh, you don't want to see that. That could be a knee.
His left leg is folded under him. You could just barely see it there at the end as Connor Hughes, the defensive lineman, was tackling him. Hughes may have rolled over onto Jackett's ankle during the tackle. The play results in a first down out to the 41-yard line.
So does anybody know who the backup quarterback at Central is? Because I imagine Jackett's taking most of the snaps.
Brandon Wise is taking the snaps. He hands off, takes the deep snap, hands off to, I believe that's number 2, Xavier Jones. And now there's a Nederland defensive lineman down, Brandon Tran, number 71. He's holding his knee. So the training staff comes out to check on him. Injuries occur an awful lot in this game, in particular whenever you have sweeps and things going like that. People get bent different ways. This is, fans, an artificial turf field. That does tend to mitigate some of the major injuries because the cleats don't get stuck in the natural turf, or as badly as they do in the natural turf fields. In particular, mud, such as you would see at sometimes here in Texas. I know we've got a big rain event coming next Monday. We had one last Monday. If we'd played on that night, we'd have mud all over the place. But
be messy.
But this artificial turf field, Tran's able to walk off the field under his own power. Number 71, that's Nathan Tran, senior defensive lineman.
Okay, to this point, got a minute 20 left in the third quarter, and Central, which just went up and down the field the first half, only has 55 yards at this point in the third quarter.
Second down and 3. Jackett is back on the field.
Back, so not much of a reprieve for one play, and he's back out there.
But he is favoring that left ankle. Jackett on the field, 2 halfbacks on either side of him. He hands off to number 2, Xavier Jones. He's got the first down in Nederland territory at the 48-yard line.
Looks like Central's just kind of made up their mind right now. They're just going to line up and run it at Nederland, and they got the backs to do it with.
Nice clearing block there, took out the defensive safety. Coming up to try and force the running back in. Here's a better angle. As you can see, Jones getting that, making that little cutback to get the first down.
We are inside a minute in the third quarter. Nederland has come from behind to take a 39-36 lead.
Jackett hands off to Devil Whaley, and Whaley does a great job of planting that foot and going upfield to get it 2 yards to the 45. Second down.
But Nederland's defense did a good job, Charlie, watch him, of turning him back into the defense. Right here, didn't let him get outside, and coming in to make the stick there for the Bulldogs, Peyton DeVries. That full moon.
Full moon. We had an eclipse of the moon a couple of nights ago. If you wanted to get up at 4 in the morning, I'm sure, Bob, you got up to take a look at it.
Yeah, sure did.
I saw the pictures. Second down and 8. Jackett fakes the handoff, and he's in trouble. He's in the backfield.
Got away.
Got away, cuts back, tackled by 3 Bulldogs after a 4-yard gain, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Nederland 39, Central 36. We're going to the fourth quarter now. Jackettes scrambling to the right, tucks it away, gets those 4 yards, that nifty little move there inside the block. Here's a ground level shot of it. And next week, we are going to have the inaugural Bum Phillips Trophy. The very first Bum Phillips Bowl, I believe we're calling it.
Absolutely. Mid-County Madness, a week of Mid-County Madness culminating in the Bum Phillips Bowl with this, to me, amazing, amazing trophy.
Now that's actually one of Coach Phillips's hats, isn't it?
It was modeled after one of Bum's hats, and great photo etched into the side of the trophy. Just so proud of that trophy, and there's a lot of enthusiasm. Every time Gabe goes to talk to the kids at Nederland or PNG, they talk about how much they want to win that Bum Phillips trophy. That would be something special to say you're the first.
Third down now for the Jags. They hand it off to Whaley. He's hit at the 40-yard line, pushes forward. He's going to be close to the first down. Referees mark him just short. Fourth down, 1 yard to go for the Jags.
No doubt they're going to go for this. There'll be no thought of punting at this point.
Jacob Jones, the cornerback, coming in to make that tackle. Nederland brings in a few of their heavyweights.
I think they're going to have to call a timeout. We've got a lot of, well, no, maybe not. I thought Nederland was going to call a timeout. It's a big play here. It's a big fourth down play.
Jackett under center. Power I formation behind him. They pitch it. Whaley with the ball, has the first down, gets inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Whaley had a full head of steam. There'll be no stopping him there.
And for all the beauty of the spread, there's something about the power I.
That's right. Short yard, it's a big kid, and he's got all that weight moving forward. He's going to get some yardage. So Central driving, trying to retake the lead here after being stunned in the third quarter. Just totally being stunned, being outscored 15-0 by Nederland.
Devil Whaley, a junior, 6 foot, listed at 194 pounds.
Central just kind of lining up, playing power football. Look out.
This pitch going to Xavier Jones, and number 2 is still moving inside the 10-yard line, tackled at the 6.
So Central not being fancy anymore. They're coming right at Nederland.
Flag on the play back, though, at the 34-yard line. That's close to that is the original line of scrimmage, and the Jags are coming back.
Could be a holding. Is that coaches out there at the hash mark? Or is that?
Those are coaches at the hash mark.
I don't believe you're supposed to be out there that far, are you?
I think the referees are trying to wave them back.
Anybody see Dan Hooks out there? Is it? That's where Dan used to station himself. And I love you, Dan. I'm not.
Holding is called against the Jags.
I don't. You got to keep those guys inside the yard line markers. Come on.
Illegal procedure cost Nederland a 56-yard touchdown pass in the first half. That holding penalty cost the Jags a 1st and goal inside at the 6-yard line. First down and 20 now for the Jags. Jackett hands off to, I believe that is Jones again. Number 2 gets it to the 40-yard line. Take it back. That's Mr. Whaley, number 12. Takes it to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 yards on first down. Whaley there just looking for that crease, and he found it. He was able to get 3 yards riding on the back of one of his offensive linemen. Tough yards there. Finally tackled by Peyton DeVries, number 24.
A little surprised Central hasn't gotten any more out of the throwing game tonight. It's been, they really haven't made much of an attempt except one big third down throw from Jackett.
Emptying the backfield, Jackett. And there it's going down the middle. It's wide open off the fingers of his receiver, number 5, Carnell Seals. Looked like he had to adjust his angle just a little bit. But those fingers, oh, I tell you what, he wants that one back.
Ball hit him in the hands. Nederland just trying to keep Jaquette in the pocket. They do that. This is a good throw. This is, I believe, a catchable ball.
Seals a good 3 steps behind the defender. Brings up a 3rd down and 16 to go. They need to get to the 23-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback draw.
Yeah.
There are flags. Timeout, or I believe, was called by the defense, and that's it. Timeout called by the defense just before the snap. Wow.
Pretty good call. Pretty good time to call timeout.
Indeed. And I tell you, Jaquette was, 12 yards downfield before everybody heard the timeout whistle. And Toby Foreman is talking to the referee about dinner plans, I think, after the game. A fantastic game going on here, a true shootout at the Butch Thomas Educational Service Center.
You know, Charlie, Larry Newman's obviously had some really good wins during the time he's been at Nederland, some good wins during his streak. If they hang on and win this game, I'm not so sure that he might not be very strongly tempted to say this is the sweetest one of them all, because they were decided underdogs. They came into this game, their best receiver down for the season, their dual threat quarterback limited in what he could do by an ankle injury, and then up against a really good and hot Central team playing at home. Again, a long way to go. Nederland got a lot to bite off to hang on and win this game.
So after the defensive timeout, it's still a quarterback draw. Jaquette's got a corner going over there. He's going to get taken out of bounds. A nice gain, but it's still going to be 4th down and 10 to go.
Jaquette comes up limping. Comes up limping pretty significantly, and this probably going to influence Toby Foreman's play call here.
Jaquette's left ankle rolled on. You can see him kind of pull up right there, and when he steps out of bounds, you notice he kind of starts hopping right there. 4th down, 11 to go. They mark him out of bounds at the 35.
Another big play in this game. Huge play.
Empty backfield, 3 wide receivers to the left-hand side. Jaquette, quarterback draw again. He throws it. Incomplete. Jaquette is hit just as he throws. There's some extracurricular at the end, but Nederland holds.
Got a lot of pressure on Jaquette. He had to get it out of there a little bit. Let's see who comes flashing up there. Number 11 was wrapped around his ankles almost. Jacob Jones.
And Neon Mayfield, I believe number 1 was there as well.
So that's 3 stops in 3 Central possessions for Nederland after just almost being helpless defensively in the first half. And boy, they made somebody made some great adjustments at halftime. And now the pressure really swings to the Central defense to keep Nederland from grinding it down the field, eating clock, and stretching this lead to 2 scores.
9:17 left in the game. Hand off to Austin Krauts. Puts his head down, gains 2 yards. 37-yard line. It's 2nd down. Nederland going to bleed every second they can off of this clock.
Well, Nederland needs first downs just like they have all day. They've gotten 3 stops defensively, but that doesn't discount how explosive Central is. 28 carries for 139 tonight for Austin Krauts. He's having a career game for the Bulldogs.
Barton to the side. This time they fake the speed sweep. Sage Say takes it forward for 4 yards. 3rd down and a short 3 to go.
And another big 3rd down. They're all big now.
Sage is piling forward.
Sticking his head up in there.
Nederland's offensive line trying to take charge of the game now. This would be the time for them to rise up if they can. Say, trying a hard count, seeing if he could get the Jags to jump. They did not.
Play clock down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Boy, he just got it off.
Sage Say gets the first down at the 50-yard line, goes to the 46-yard line of the Jags.
I tell you what, that's a tough kid now. He is a tough kid.
Power football here, and you can see him with one pink legging on his left hand, on his left knee, and his ankle wrapped up just like Michael Jacquette coming in.
So that takes it down into about 7.5 minutes now. Central got to be some urgency for them to get a stop here.
They fake the speed sweep again. This time Sage goes down quickly.
Yep.
Only 1 yard on the gain.
Yep, Central had that one stacked. There was just no room.
I think Isaiah Pouncey, number 9, is going to come in quickly here. Take him down there. As you can see, the play really never developed. Gain of only 1, 2nd down and 9. At the end of the first half, Nederland did an ill-advised pass into double coverage that fell incomplete. I think they should just keep it on the ground here and keep going now. There they go. He drops back, throws it out to Austin Krauts. No yardage, but he stays in bounds. There's a smart junior.
Stayed in bounds, but they got 3rd and long now. This is instead of a big play, it's a bigger play. What can they come up with on 3rd and 9? Because if they don't get it, they're going to have to give the ball back to Central, and that's what they do not want to do. Another first down here buys them 2 or 3 more minutes.
Of all the days to leave my thesaurus at home, I'm running out of superlatives. Play clock under 10. There's the snap. Sage Say's going to keep it himself. He's got some room. Cut back inside the 40. First down, tackled at the 35-yard line.
What a play by Sage Say, and Nederland getting closer now to, boy, if they take this thing down and score.
There's 1 wasted inch, I believe, on this play. Sage Say, got exactly what he needed. Not any more, not any less. Barton now at left halfback next to Sage Say. Senior quarterback. Sends Perkins in motion. They're looking to throw it again. Ball knocked away from the receiver. That's number 9, Ashton January. That ball hung up there.
Yeah.
That one concerned me.
Yeah, a little surprised they would throw on first down and stop, take a chance on stopping the clock, which is now at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Field goal really would not do Nederland any good, not that they're in range even.
And you've got to make that play. Just like Seals dropping it in the end zone, you have got to make that play. Hand off to Krauts. He makes a great move at the line of scrimmage to get 4 yards. There's a young man who's going to have to pick his socks off the ground over there. Austin Krauts does a fantastic move to get 4, but he
goes out of bounds. Stops the clock. 5:20. Well, they got the clock running. What? I was sure he was out of bounds. Let's see this replay, see where he hits down.
He's knocked out of bounds, I thought.
The clock is still running. I can't believe Toby Former's not jumping up and down. So another monster 3rd down play now.
3rd and 8, a low snap. They're trying to set up the screen pass, and Sage Say has no chance.
Yep.
He is sacked back at the 40-yard line.
So decision time for Larry Newman, and with the yardage you got to get, it's almost you almost got to punt it away. I know he didn't want to give it back to that Central offense. I don't believe if it had been a screen pass, it would have been a right call, but they were on top of Say so quick. They got to. What is Needle there?
Well, they're going to set up probably just to take the 5-yard penalty and pooch kick it.
Pooch punt's what's coming, I think. Just try to keep Central from having anybody's back.
They did it too.
They did it
too quick.
Yeah.
They could have bled enough. Oh, that ball hit him.
Fumbled it.
That ball hit him. That is a live ball.
The game is on the ground right there. I think Central got it back. Whoa.
Whoa.
Boy, the game was on the ground for Central right there.
Wow. And I apologize to the people in the truck. I probably blew their ears out with that one. And we have an injured player down there. And as that ball bounced up and hit the receiver, who should be getting away from it, ball bounced up and hit him on the leg. And Nederland tried to get on the ball quickly.
And you just wonder where the rest of
Yeah, the referees were watching it very closely. We do have an injured player down there. And the referees are having a little bit of a discussion there, trying to make sure that they got everything right as well. A fantastic finish here to a fantastic game. You've got 4:09 left in the game. Bulldogs 39, Jaguars 36.
Definitely our game of the year to date, Charlie. And
Delvin Bennett, junior wide receiver, injured on the play. A little bit of harm there on the back, but he's able to walk off. And now it's down to the Bulldog defense and the Jaguar offense. And many times over the last few seasons, that's what it's come down to. Bulldog defense this year not as strong as in the past. Jaguar offense a little bit banged up. Michael Jaquette favoring his right ankle. Handoff to Whaley. He gets the first down out to the 13-yard line.
Central so explosive. They were 98 yards away, but we've seen tonight what they're capable of doing. So this game very much up for grabs.
Whaley keeps his head down and moves those sticks.
And if Central does happen to take it down the field, Nederland will have nightmares about not getting the fumble on that punt. The game was there to be taken.
Deuce formation. Low snap. Again, a handoff to Whaley. This time they trip him up at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for a yard.
Hello.
Clock continues to run. Jags have 3 timeouts. The Bulldogs, I believe, should only have 2. They had called one earlier. And somebody's got to – coaches again are out on the field. They're talking. We've got an injured player, and it is Whaley, number 12. He's favoring his right ankle as well, so there's an injury timeout. Clock is stopped at 3:41. Fantastic finish to a game. Next week, the fun continues. Mid-County Madness, the Bum Phillips Bowl, being played at Bulldog Stadium in Nederland, Texas. Port Neches Groves Indians will bring a 3-0 District 22 5A record into play Nederland. Now the referees are clearing the sides away as they tend to the injured Jaguar at the 15-yard line. We would like to thank all of the sponsors of the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience for their support over the years. Some of these sponsors have been with F&E for the last 20 years. So our thanks to Lamar State College of Port Arthur, the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, Motiva Enterprises, 5 Point Credit Union, Market Basket, Lamar University Beaumont, Mike Fulgence at Universal Coin and Bullion, Robert Giblin, DuPont Goodrich Federal Credit Union, the Museum of the Gulf Coast, Ritter Lumber, Pizza Inn and Donnie Broussard, Bubba's Air Conditioning, Kieschnick Industries, Holy Cross Lutheran Church, and the IBEW Local 479. Whaley was able to get to the sideline with assistance, but he's out for this crucial series of plays. Jaquette hands off to Xavier Jones, and the senior running back gets the first down to the 25-yard line. There's not much difference between 12 and 2.
You know, it's interesting. They got a long way to go. Can they do it running the ball? It's almost like they don't want to throw it, and they haven't thrown it much tonight.
Jones doing a great job of following his blocks. Clock resumes at 3:21 now. This time they tackle him in the backfield. 1 yard loss. Nederland says they have the ball, but the referees had stopped the play. 2 yard loss back to the 23-yard line. Let's see it on the replay here. Nothing much. Number 65, Hunter Ellis, in there, and he takes the ball away at the very end of the play.
You think Central has got to put it up. I mean, they got guys capable of breaking the long run, but it's getting late.
Carnell Seals earlier dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone. Jackett rolls over. He's under pressure. He's going to get sacked at the 20. A 3-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
This is unbelievable, the change in Nederland's defense from the first half to the second half, Charlie. I mean, Central was averaging, 12 yards a play in the first half? Unbelievable.
Timeout is called by Central. They've got a 3rd down and 15 from the 20. And that's going to take them down to 2 timeouts left. And again, like you say, the Nederland defense, it's almost like they softened up their rush, because they were what they were doing was over pursuing in the rush, and Jackett then would use his speed to hit the creases before they could adjust. It's almost like they softened it up.
Well, I think it's got to be my man Gabe Pruitt's first question, or one of the first questions, depending on how the game finishes. What did you do different? What did you change at halftime defensively? And the other quick question out of my mouth was, if you win, if Nederland wins, where would this rank for Larry Newman? Because I got to think it's really high. Hey, long way to go. Anything can happen.
3 receivers to the right-hand side. A quick snap takes Jackett by. There's a 1st down pass, a great pass to.
That's a big play.
Carnell Seals. He was wide open at the 48-yard line. Now that quick snap took Jackett by surprise, and it's almost like the Nederland defense froze, because Seals is just standing there wide open.
He throws a rope. Why would you be reluctant to throw with this guy?
Handoff to Jones. He bounces outside, and he's got a tremendous amount of room. Down to the 41-yard line.
So Central far from out of it. They're just so explosive. We're going to go inside 2 minutes here pretty quick.
Central started this drive at their own 2-yard line. They're now in Nederland territory at the 41. Another low snap. Jackett hands it off to Jones. He's tackled at the 40. Small gain, 2nd down. And we have another injured player. It may be Xavier Jones. It does look like it is he. He's tackled over there on the far side, and he stays on the ground. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what the referee has. This is going to be a crucial flag, whoever it goes against. Don't you wish you had a microphone on the referee
Sure
right
do.
now? Offensive holding.
Offensive holding.
So that'll take them back 10 yards. And they're resetting the play clock, so the 10-yard penalty will take the ball back to the 50-yard line. Okay, it is 1st down and 18 yards to go from the 50-yard line. Jackett, empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Low snap. Jackett's looking downfield. Wide open. Carnell Seals on an under route. 1 guy to beat. He's tackled at the 22-yard line. 1st down, Central. Seals ran an under route. Everybody else went deep and cleared it up. Jackett hits him in stride. Seals had 1 guy to beat. Nice tackle there made by Jalen Johnson to save the touchdown. Jackett. Ooh. Hit in the backfield, evades it. Great block, clears him out. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Clock stops at 1:22. You can see Jackett limping there, favoring that ankle, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him down much when he runs. Evading two Nederland tacklers here, and you can see a great clearing block made right there as Jackett steps out of bounds. Second down, 3 yards to go from the 16-yard line. 1:22 left in the game. Empty backfield. Jackett looks to the left. Pass is caught by Brandon Wise. He's tackled at the 10-yard line. First down, goal to go. 1:15 left in the game. Game clock resumes. Jackett still empty backfield. Quarterback draw. Jackett looks for the end zone. He dives just short. 1 yard line. He got out of bounds with 54 seconds left. Michael Jackett looking to put the Jags in the lead here with under a minute left in the game. Good action there from the twin sisters. The HD cameras up top. And here's the sideline view. Jags are inside the 2 yard line. Michael Jackett gets the word from the sideline. Timeout is called. Toby Foreman runs all the way down to the sideline judge to call his second timeout of this half. 39-36 at halftime. We thought we had a shootout going. It was 36-24, but Nederland's defense until this drive was able to shut down the Jaguar offense. Nederland took the opening kickoff of the second half, and Austin Kraut scored from 8 yards out to cut the score to 36-31. And then after 3 punts, Nederland uses a halfback lateral pass from LeBaron to Krauts to move deep into Jag territory. Marcus Barton got the 4 yard touchdown. And then Sade Say threw a 2-point conversion to Barton, making it 39-36 in favor of Nederland. Nederland then held the Jags on 4th down, taking over at their own 34 yard line. A deep punt put the Jags at their own 2 yard line by Nederland. But now we've got Michael Jackett trying to get into the end zone. He's tackled just short of the yard of the goal line. 1 yard to go. Timeout is called. This time Nederland calls their timeout. Ball is at the 1 yard line. This is a fine finish to a great game between two strong rivals. Can't really call them bitter rivals. They've played some great games in the past, but tremendous amount of competition between Beaumont Central and Nederland over the last few years. In fact, when you look at their scores, the all-time series, Central actually leads at 8-5. They started playing back when Beaumont Central was formed as a school in 1986. Central won the first 4 contests before Nederland won in 2004. But the last 3 have been all Nederland. 2011, Nederland 42-0. 2012, Nederland 45-14. Last year, Nederland 21-7. Central leads the overall series, but this drive from their own 2 yard line with time running down, you can see there the district standings. The winner of this game will maintain the district lead, a share of the lead with Fort Neches Groves. Michael Jackett trying to get in. He's pushed to the side. The refs say he did not make it in. Another timeout is called by Larry Newman as he's trying to get his defense to hold on one more time. The down box says 4. We can't build it up any more than this. fans on both sides are standing up. This is what high school football is all about. The best football game in Southeast Texas being brought to you by the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience. The Bulldog faithful hoping to hold on to their 26-game district winning streak. Beaumont Central trying to knock them off that perch. Nederland, the three-time defending champion of District 22 5A. Wow. 48 seconds left, but the important number is 4th down. You can see the ball just at the 1-yard line. All the big boys are down. The defensive line, the offensive line. It's going to go who gets low at this point. Jackett, they're going wide. Jones with the ball. He is held short. Nederland holds on 4th down. Referees are looking at each other. They're checking to see where the knee is. Larry Newman's on the field. He says, I saw the knee go down. I have not seen any referee mark touchdown. First down, Nederland. Nederland holds on 4th down at the 1-yard line. This is going down in Nederland football history. Hold at the 1. Beaumont Central drives the ball 97 yards. After a punt, it is down at the 2-yard line of Beaumont Central. They run the legs of Jackett and Xavier Jones all the way down to the Bulldog 1-yard line where the Bulldogs hold on 4th down. Unsportsmanlike conduct is called against the bench of Beaumont Central. So that penalty will be be added to the 1 yard. It's 39 seconds left in the game. A tremendous game here played by both sides. A lot of emotion on both sides. A tremendous football game here. Coach Toby Foreman and the Jags. Coach Larry Newman and the Bulldogs. I can't say enough. Wow. Friday night experience at its best. 39 by the Bulldogs, 36 by the Jaguars. The Jaguars had a 12-point lead at halftime, 36-24.
Hey, come here.
Nederland would drive the ball slowly down, get their touchdowns, and then the Jags would do a quick strike touchdown. Nederland now in their goal line, their victory formation. Sage Say downs it, starts the play clock. An incredible game. Timeout called by Toby Foreman and the Jags. Timeout called with 34 seconds left. Referees checking to see how many timeouts Central has left. The referees, as you well know, have a very tough job. They not only maintain the integrity of the game, but they enforce the rules to protect the safety of the players. That's, I tell you what, that is tremendous. Nederland here in the second half, on the last two Central possessions, have held on 4th down. With this drive that the Central Jaguars made in the waning minutes of this game, from their own 2-yard line down to the Nederland 1, tremendous offensive and defensive plays by both sides in this game. Jags do not have any timeouts left. Sage Say downs it, tosses the ball back to the referee. Play clock is under 30 seconds. We will have to down it one more time, I believe. An incredible game here. 39 Bulldogs, 36 the final score. Tune in next Saturday for more high school football action on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 323 as Port Neches Groves Indians bring their 3-0 district record to Nederland to take on the 3-0 Bulldogs in the Bum Phillips Bowl Mid-County Madness. Again, that'll be on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 323 next Sunday at 11:30. And be sure to follow us on Twitter. That's at TWC Sports TX. You can also check us out online at twcsportschannel.com or see the game again in its entirety on the panews.com website. For Bob West and the entire Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew, I'm Charlie Gellin. Thank you for staying with us. So long from Beaumont.
You know, diversification is important and means more than owning different stocks. Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, President of Universal Coin and Bullion. I've been helping clients nationwide for 15 years diversify with gold. And I want to send you a free copy of our award-winning gold guide to help you choose the best gold options for you.
Get the answers you need about gold. Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE. That's 866-822-4843.
Hey, I heard y'all were making flipping loans?
That's right. 5 Points Awesome Loans have everybody flipping out.
I'm ready for my loan now. Watch this.
Wow! I haven't even told you we'll pay off 1% of your loan balance.
Get a new loan or flip an existing loan to 5 Point, and we'll pay off 1% of your new loan balance. 5 Point Credit Union. Money for loans right here at home.
Woohoo! I'm so flippin' happy. Watch this.
No, not necessary. Yeah.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur, or another university? Let's see. Lamar Port Arthur courses transfer anywhere in Texas or the country for that matter. Coursework is the same as anywhere else, and great savings each semester. And it's close to my home and my job. So why am I still thinking about this? I choose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur. Change your future. Start here today.
Heart attacks affect men and women equally, and when they strike, denial can be a killer. If you're experiencing pressure, tightness, or an aching sensation in your chest or arms, then you may be having a heart attack. If so, time is of the essence. Do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 for a professional EMS. They'll get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your accredited chest pain center.
I discovered Lamar University.
Close to home.
A place of my own.
With all the amenities.
Opportunities.
Engineering.
World-class science.
Professors who know my name.
That's what you get with a doctoral research university.
Hands-on research.
Or study abroad.
And it starts right here. Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, President of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
Cars are as unique as the people who purchase them. And when picking one, every detail counts, right down to the stitching on the seats. So why should picking a car loan be any different? Whether it's a low rate or a low payment you're looking for, at Do Good we customize loans to fit your needs. And we'll make sure your lending experience is everything you want it to be. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. At Do Good, you'll love your car loan as much as you love your car.
I'm registered for college.
Me too, and for the same classes, and I'm saving $2,000 a semester at Lamar Port Arthur. Then I graduate and transfer if I want.
Really? You can do that?
You bet. What are you paying for your education?
Quality instruction, great savings, and courses transfer. It's the Texas Common Course Law. Don't wait any longer to begin your education while saving.
I chose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
When you think you may be having a stroke, remember to act fast. If you experience facial droop, if your arms are weak and your speech is off, then time is of the essence. A lack of blood flow to the brain can cause loss of functions that may never be recovered. Don't let it get that far. Call 911 immediately. A professional EMS will get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your certified primary stroke center.
I discovered Lamar University.
I looked at all types of schools.
Big ones, small ones,
Ivy League and private.
Then I found Lamar. Bistro-style dining.
Private bedrooms.
Close to home.
15 NCAA Division I sports.
World-class professors.
Who actually know my name.
Undergraduate, master's,
And doctoral degrees.
Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Great hunt today, Dad.
Thanks, son.
For more than 15 years, I've helped clients nationwide make solid decisions about investing in gold so they can enjoy what's most important.
Discover the best options for you and your family by calling 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. 866-UCB-GUIDE, 866-822-4843.
Now is the time to learn about gold, so you have time to enjoy what's most important.
I brought about 7 vehicles from JK. I met my sales representative. She went outside and showed us all the features on the vehicles. She made me feel real comfortable because she was real knowledgeable. I met the finance rep. She got me a good interest rate, a good monthly note, and I was real happy with it. If I buy another vehicle, I'll purchase it from JK Chevrolet.
Our customers say it all. Come see how we can make a difference for you and your family at JK Chevrolet at the airport.